occasional pettiness.
Your disappointment makes me happy.
And fearless leadership.
30 seconds left. Just get us in field goal range. Come on, kid, now. Execute.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on DenverSports 104.3 The Fan.
Well, rinse and repeat. Groundhog Day, Groundhog Monday, Groundhog Broncos Reaction Monday. Just dust off everything you said last Monday. Apply it again today. Another gut punch loss by the Broncos. A walk-off loss. Another one to the dreaded Chargers. Mark's team, Mark's Chargers, getting it done. Now we know why he picked the Chargers during the summer. We'll let him take his victory lap later in the day. But for you and me, Stoke, and everyone else in Broncos country, bitter taste in our mouth this morning.
Yeah. It's you don't have many games. And when you just give away games in the NFL, it hurts even worse. And that's what the Broncos have done the last 2 weeks. They did it again. That one, frustrating. You got to find ways to close games out in the NFL. And here we go again. Another one-score game that the Broncos can't find a way to win it. They're just giving games away. They're just losing games. More games are lost in the NFL than won. Look at the Denver Broncos the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Just giving football games away. It's frustrating because you look up and you should be 3-0. I don't like to play that game, but man, I mean, yay, on the road against a team that's 2-0, and you got a golden opportunity to take the division lead, and now you're stuck at 1-2. Very frustrating. We'll see how they bounce back moving forward, but that was a tough loss.
Well, Sean Payton, what went wrong?
Obviously, a disappointing finish to a hard-fought game. We felt like it was going to be a game that was close to the vest. We didn't feel like the scoring would be high. There were a lot of things we did well, and then there were some things, obviously, we didn't do as well. We had too many penalties. I think our average third down on offense was 3rd and 11 plus, which makes it difficult. Then we had the swing, call it second quarter, third quarter, but a tough loss nonetheless. So credit them.
Problem with it, Stoke, is that there are blame fingerprints all over this. I mean, it'd be one thing if you could just point to one thing and say, all right, I got to get that fixed up. But, I mean, where do you start? All the penalties and really just dumb, undisciplined penalties. Nick Benito lining up offside on a punt. Adam Troutman. I mean, look. Okay, let's go right there.
Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
I think he's a bomb.
Look, you're a tight end that doesn't catch passes. Okay? You're a tight end that doesn't catch passes, so you better be just unbelievable in all the other areas. And last week you had the crucial face mask penalty. This week, 3 more penalties, including lining up offside. Lining up offside. What is he doing on the team? What is he doing on the team? And so you got the penalties. Hufanga, who is a captain. He sets a terrible example with a tremendously dumb, unnecessary roughness penalty that was part of a touchdown drive.
You can't body slam guys when the play's over.
Defense can't close. Bo, look, I mean, let's say the uncomfortable part out loud. I mean, if Bo Nix makes 2 of those deep throws, just one, but there were 3 walk-in touchdowns that if you're an above-average quarterback, you make those throws. You make them flat out. So yeah. I don't know where to start when it comes to the to-do list with fixing this team.
Yeah, I think there's positives and negatives here. You fought back from 10-0 and you made plays in the second half, and you had the lead late. You fought back and took the lead on the road against a good Chargers team. You just couldn't close it out. So there is some positives here. But you're right. So, okay, if you are a tight end and you don't block very well, you don't catch very well, you provide nothing in the passing game, and you consistently now, all you're doing is hurting your football team. That's all you're doing. Because you are a terrible blocker, actually. You're terrible. You really are. And what do you provide in the passing game? Nothing. Why are you on this football team? Why? Seriously. You are costing this football team wins. What are you doing? It's ridiculous. I'm tired of it. And look, if you just stop killing the football team with your terrible penalties, okay, no one will notice you, that you don't do anything. No one notices all your missed blocks. I do. I see them. All you're doing is costing this football team in big ways in big moments. How do you line off offsides? Who are you, Kadarius Toney? Seriously, you're in a 3-point stance offsides? It's just, I mean, eventually, I know you're Sean's guy. Eventually, I mean, enough is enough, man. Because if you keep rolling them out, Sean, it's on y'all.
Yeah.
We're looking at y'all like, okay, you keep putting this guy out there. All he does is hurt your football team. That's all he does. He doesn't do anything positive. I mean, every now and then he'll make a catch for 2 yards. Bravo. It's on the coaching staff for leaving him in the game. I don't really care. Put Kroll out there. Put Nate Atkins is back. I don't care if Evan Ingram is hurt or healthy or what. Find someone else. Because when you keep putting a guy out there that is costing your team in big moments, that's on you.
I'd cut him.
Yeah.
I'd send a statement to my team that guys aren't on my team just because they're former Saints. I'm not going to tolerate dumb mistakes. If you're not getting your job done, and you're hurting your team with penalties, that's not going to be allowed around here. And you're either coaching it or you're letting it happen. And for a team that, let's face it, I mean, this team just got caught up in all the talk, man. What does Nick Saban say? Don't eat the poison. Don't take the cheese, whatever.
I don't know. You tell me, Mike.
Of those. Boy, this team, top to bottom.
Don't be the mouse.
Coach, quarterback, defense, man, they took the cheese all off season. They were full of themselves coming into this season. And now they look foolish because they just keep giving away. And I'm going to say it. I mean, let's just say it because forever we used to make fun of the Chargers. Chargers going to Charger. You know what I'm saying about the Broncos? If I'm somebody else?
Don't do it.
I'm going to do it.
No.
I'm going there.
No.
Broncos going to Bronco.
Wow.
Oh, come
Thanks
on.
a lot, Mike.
What else do you say after these last 2 weeks?
No,
Get the Broncos in a close game and they'll beat themselves. Broncos will Bronco eventually.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's what they've been doing. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to close out games. And that's what good teams do. Good teams find ways to win both of those games. And then you're sitting at 3-0. It's frustrating because you look up and you look at where you could have been and now what you have in front of you. A lot of football left, but AFC West is gone. I mean, there's no chance that they can win the AFC West. Can you still make the playoffs? Can you still have a good season? Yeah, but you got to learn how to hit wide open receivers and you got to learn how to close out games if you're the defense.
Well, it better start turning around. They do get a break. They get Cincinnati, who looked just awful without Joe Burrow yesterday, game blown out at Minnesota. But they got 8 games between now and the bye week. I see the potential there to go 7-1. And I think in order to save this season, that's what you're looking at.
You think this team's got a chance to go 7-1,
I think
Mike?
they have to go 7-1.
For what? 7-1.
If they're going to have any chance of making the playoffs, this stretch of games coming up.
Oh,
come on,
okay, that's a big. I got to wait.
All right, we'll talk about.
I got to look at that. I mean, you can't just throw out 7-1.
All right, we'll get into that. And a ton of reaction already.
We just lost 2 in a row.
Bronco Reaction Monday continues next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Well, if this was a summer where instead of crushing it, you just kind of felt like something was off, something was missing, lacking some energy, feeling kind of down, could be an easy explanation, could be easy to fix, could be low testosterone. Simple way to find out. Take the low testosterone quiz at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. 10 questions, yes or no, takes 2 minutes, super easy, but the answers could be revealing, could go a long way towards figuring out if you have low T, putting on weight, not sleeping well, Feeling sad or depressed? Lost the sex drive? Well, the next step is easy. Reach out to the experienced, professional, and compassionate staff at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. I was running out of gas later in the day a couple years ago. Got my T levels checked. Yep, they were a little on the low end. So got set up on a customary low T plan. And here we are 2 years later feeling great. Low T, it's more common than you think. Early to mid-30s. We start losing 2 to 3% of our testosterone production every year. So schedule that consult. It's just $99. Start Low T treatment that day. Your office visit is free. Got 5 locations, including Fort Collins and Colorado Springs, and a new and improved office in Castle Rock. Call 720-440-7900 and at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Let's go!
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Progressive knows if you have to choose between everyday life and your RV, RV wins.
What, are you going to take the RV to the lake or clean out your closet? RV wins! Putting the dishes away or taking the RV camping? RV wins! Cleaning the fridge or taking a trip to the beach? RV wins!
You might want to clean the fridge real quick because, mold.
We clean out the fridge, then take the RV out.
With Progressive, you can bundle your RV with your home or auto and save with a discount and spend more time enjoying those savings in your RV. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states and situations.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Raise your glass. Oktoberfest is here at Twin Peaks. Join them every Friday in September at 6 p.m. for their legendary Stein hoisting competition. Show off your strength, win weekly prizes, and score Sam Adams swag. Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, I know you didn't plan to hear from me this early, but I'm tired of lugging this bowl full of jelly around. That's why me and Mrs. Claus are with Soda Weight Loss now. I'm losing 6 pounds a week. My knees are loving my results, and I
Say it with me, state of the art.
Select Help, how can we help?
Hi, my CEO needs a POV on the ROI of HD HPs by EOD.
Okay, so you're a small business. Let's start there.
How'd you know that?
Let's just say it's not my first RODEO. Get it? Rodeo.
Oh, right. Letters.
Let's get started.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health. Insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
Attention golf lovers! The city of Aurora has you covered this fall. Home to 5 beautiful courses, there's no better place to play than Aurora. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. I enjoy leaf peeping every fall, but instead of heading to the mountains, I'm heading to my local Aurora golf courses. Saddle Rock, Aurora Hills, Spring Hill, Meadow Hills, and Murphy Creek have stunning Rocky Mountain views with the fall colors we adore. For more information and to book a tee time, visit golfaurora.com and give them a follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram at golfaurora.co.
I'm Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you're ready to lose weight safely and effectively, we prescribe real GLP-1 medications at standard dosages from licensed U.S. pharmacies, not half-strength drugs from unknown or online sources. Your care is managed by a real medical doctor at a real clinic, with telemedicine available. And right now, we're offering a free consultation to help you get started. See real results for under $300 a month. Schedule your free consult today at denverregen.com. That's denverregen.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is powered by American Financing.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Utter nonsense.
This thing has gone totally off the rails.
Some Cajun seasoning.
Gree-gree? Lanya.
And the occasional anatomy lesson.
Yeah, we're tight.
Okay.
We're like tired mouse nuts.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Felt very similar. We just felt like we kept going backwards and, had no explosives when we needed them, and we had the ball with a chance, and that drive just felt like we didn't do anything. Felt like we just kept going backwards and had long field position and long third downs, and it's not gonna, in this league, it's not gonna cut it.
Well, another very up and down, uneven performance from Bo Nix and this offense as we welcome you in on a Bronco Reaction Monday. And already a ton flowing in. Let's get to some of it right now so we can get you folks involved here. Guys, is anyone else starting to wonder if we truly have our quarterback for the next decade? Sean Payton's play calls were creating wide-open opportunities, but Bo struggled to execute them at a level expected of an NFL starting quarterback. Stoke, you starting to wonder?
Well, I never crowned him to begin with. I needed to see more before you crown the guy and before you say he's going to be here for the next decade. Felt good about his rookie year, but he's still developing. He's not a finished product by any means. I like what he's been doing. There's a lot of good there, but there's still those mistakes. There's still those wide open guys, those plays that he's got to figure out that he's got to make. But he's played how many football games, Mike? 3 plus 17 in the regular season plus a playoff game, so 21 total games. That's it.
What about all those games in college that everyone raves about? 61 starts in college. If I hear that one more time.
No, you can't compare college to the NFL. It's not even close. So I'm talking about NFL football experience is a whole different level, and he's still got a lot to learn, a lot to get better at. But so far, so good. He missed it. He didn't play his best game. Missed a few throws there, and throws that you got to make in the NFL if you want to be a upper echelon or starting NFL quarterback.
Those were wide open.
Wide open.
Wide open.
Great design of plays.
You got to hit those.
Got to make those plays. You do. This offense, Mike. It's boom or bust. They either go on a scoring drive or they go 3 and out. There's no in between. It's hardly ever in between any in between there. It's either terrible. Terrible. 3 and out. Their first 3 possessions were 3 and out. They went for 2 of the drives were negative yards, and 1 of them went for 7 yards. So you had a 7-yard drive, 3 plays punt, a -1 yard drive, 3 plays punt, a -2 yard drive, 3 plays punt. That's your first 3 drives of the game. And then all of a sudden you kind of get going a little bit, and you get some things going, and And then at the end of the game, when you need it most, nothing. 3 and out. Just terrible. And I knew it too. I knew they were going 3 and out. I just knew it. Like this offense, I don't know. It's boom or bust. There's no consistency with it.
I would suggest Sean give up play calling for the time being.
Oh, we're going there.
Yeah, I do. This offense is just too and for the record, if you have competent quarterback play and stop making excuses for Bo. Okay, I know you want to believe that Bo is the guy, and maybe he will turn out to be the guy. But right now, the jury is still out. At the least, the dude is having a sophomore slump. And we talked about all offseason, all summer long. Is he susceptible to a sophomore slump? What would it look like? Okay, well, here you go. Here's your evidence. You're seeing it. You saw it yesterday. Should have been 3 walk-off touchdowns. I mean, they should have scored close to 40 yesterday. But he missed them. And forget about being a great quarterback. If you're a good quarterback, you make those throws. And but before that, you're right. The play calling, the first half was, what, they have 41 yards, 19 plays. They'd run 19 plays and 41 yards of offense before that final drive where they got the long touchdown pass to Sutton.
72-yard drive.
Before that, they had run 19 plays for 41 yards. And, yeah, I think that Sean absolutely should be open to the idea. I don't know who you want to Carmichael.
No, see, I don't know, and I disagree with you.
You thought the play calling was good?
It wasn't a problem. I mean, you just said you saw 3 wide open touchdowns. So to me, when you dial up plays and you have guys that are wide open and the quarterback,
but the starts, the slow starts. You said you saw it coming a mile away.
No, I didn't say that. What?
The three.
No. See,
you said I knew they were going to do it.
You weren't even listening.
I was listening. What you say?
No, you weren't listening.
Frame it again.
You weren't listening.
Well, then you got to frame it better.
Well, you got to pay attention. Get off the text line. Get off the damn text line and listen to your partner. I said I saw the 3 and out at the end of the game coming from a mile away.
Oh, okay.
Not the 3 and out at the beginning of the game.
I saw the slow.
You're putting my 2 comments together. See, this is what happens.
I saw the slow start coming a mile away.
Well,
because that's all they do is slow starts.
Yeah, but I mean, so we're going to just say, all right, now Sean, give up the play calling? I mean, we had guys wide open. So you're not going to give them credit for dialing up plays when it matters the most, and you got to go out there and execute.
I think Davis Webb can call up the same kind of plays, honestly.
Really?
What Sean needs to do is focus more on, when Nick Bonito is lining up offside, when Adam Troutman's not lining up correctly and missing blocks, when Hufanga is committing stupid, undisciplined penalties. I want him to meet these guys as they come off the field and you know what? Rip into them. Coach them. Maybe manage his football team.
Well,
maybe because the overall management of this football team, like for the people who are coming after Sean, okay, I don't necessarily have a problem with his play calling, but when two things that reflect directly on coaching. If you're an undisciplined football team, because for how many years did we make fun of the Raiders? And every game, the Raiders would have 10 or 12 penalties, and we'd always kind of snicker and chuckle under our breath and go, they're the Raiders. Look at them. Stupid Raiders, undisciplined Raiders, dumb Raiders committing all these penalties. These are the Broncos. That's what the Broncos are. Dumb penalties. And that's a reflection on coaching. And when you can't win close games, what's he now, 2-8 since the start of last season in one-score games? 2-8. When your team can't win close games or they don't know how to win close games, that's a reflection of coaching. So, look, is Sean Payton on the hot seat? No, he's not on the hot seat. He's not going anywhere for anybody who wants to get him fired. But he for all the talk of this offseason, so much for anonymous donors, right? For all the talk, he's been terrible.
Well, I'm not ready to say he needs to give up play calling. I just think that, he can't run out there and get people lined up on sides. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
Well, you're allowing those guys to go back out.
Well, so what do you want to cut Nick Bonito? Hufanga? I mean, guys make bad plays. I mean, it happens every game. I don't care what coach you are, who you are. You're going to have some penalties, but some of it you just got to get cleaned up. But I'm not ready to say take away the play call because I thought that's the least of the problem.
If Nick Bonito doesn't want to be on punt block team,
well, it's
and
punt, Mike, wait, it's punt safe, so they leave the defense out there. I mean, I don't. He's not out there on every punt return. He's out there when it's punt safe, like if it's a 4th down and short. Now, he'll be out there and punt safe along with everybody. You just can't line up offside.
Yeah, know your role then.
Well, exactly.
Know why you're out there. Know what your job is.
I'm not, arguing against that point, but that's ridiculous.
I'm saying right now, maybe Sean should coach his football team.
I think he's coaching them.
Rather than just, being the play caller who also dabbles as the head coach.
I mean, look, I'm not going to – I mean, if that's the way that you feel about it, then, I mean, I'm not going to, argue that too much. I mean, because they're 1-2.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mistakes going on. They're not finishing off football games.
All right, we'll continue to get your reaction. RamosLaw.com. Text line is humming. Bronco Reaction Monday rolls on next.
The Broncos blew a late lead and got walked off by the Chargers in L.A. With a growing list of penalties and missed opportunities, will Sean Payton find a way to clean things up on offense? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Stoking for my friends at Roller Auction, leading Colorado auctions for over 40 years. And we got some great upcoming auctions that are ending this week. Got 2 that are ending today. Don't worry, you still have time. All you got to do is go to rollerauction.com to get logged in, to get signed up. It's free. It's easy. It's open to the public. The best part about it is you're going to get some great deals on great items. That's what I love about Roller Auction. Got a former Subway auction that will be ending today at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Over 60 items in it. And then a restaurant equipment auction that's ending at 2 o'clock this afternoon with over 470 items in it. And then a couple of my favorite auctions coming up on Tuesday and at 8:30 in the morning, vehicle contractor and rental yard equipment. And then on Wednesday, got a government computer police evidence auction that will be ending. Over 870 items in that one. This is what I love about Roller Auction. They're going to offer you unique, cool items that you don't find anywhere else at great deals. Go see it all and get yourself one of those great deals at rollerauction.com. That's rollerauction.com.
Fall means football, and at Postman Law, we know winning matters. Our attorneys have won more than $3 billion for our clients, delivering the results they need when life gets tough. Car crash, workplace injury, serious accident. We know the insurance company's playbook, and we're here to help rewrite it for you with speed, ease, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN or visit postmanlaw.com. Others promise. Postman delivers. This is attorney advertising.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Another summer is ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
MGK presents the Lost Americana Tour. Plain Ball Arena, November 23rd. MGK with special guest Julia Wolf. The brand new album Lost Americana is available everywhere now. Pre-sale for City Card members begins Monday at 12 p.m. at livenation.com.
Do you want the lowest rate for life? Get our 4.75 5-year fixed. APR is 5.89.
Did you say 4.75% fixed for 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, I want that, but what if rates fall?
Our lowest rate for life program takes over. If rates fall even as little as 0.5%, we can redo your loan with no lender fees and no appraisal fee and no limits to the number of times used. Only at U.S. Mortgages. Call 303-LOW-RATE or online at usmloan.com.
All loans subject to approval and change. See website for complete details. License number 392126.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks' complete ventilation cleaning packages scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985. Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you, because you can't be pinned down unless you want to be. Your first love story is free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Double crossing, you little punk.
Can't believe you did that.
Unbreakable trust.
See, I'm not like you. You just let me drown. You just let me drown. You do nothing.
And of course, emotional maturity.
Maybe a little bit angry.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, Bronco Reaction Monday, and just like last week, I don't know, actually, is this one worse? This week, Stoke? Than last week?
Oh, man. I mean, I don't know, Mike. But yes. It's a division game. Chargers now 3-0. 3-0 in the division. You would have been first in the division, even after last week. You know, you bounce back. You had the game won. You can't finish off drives. Can't score touchdowns. Can't hit wide open guys. Stupid penalties. And you still had a chance to, on offense, to go down and win the thing. And what'd you do? Of course, 3 and out. And then what do? They make a few plays. Defense isn't quite sharp enough. And another walk-off field goal, 2 in a row. Yes, it definitely is worse than last week. Last week hurt. Last week was depressing. The same thing. And then it makes it worse because of what happened last week, and it's a division game. I think so. How about you?
Because you didn't learn from it. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me more about this one is how they reacted to it. Everybody has a bad game. Green Bay Packers lost to the terrible Cleveland Browns yesterday. Okay, it happens. How do you respond? And we gave this team the benefit of the doubt all last week that, hey, that this is a team that showed last year that if you punch them in the mouth, they'll respond, right? After the bad loss to Kansas City, what they do, they Bo threw for 307 yards and 4 touchdowns, and they ended up winning like 4 in a row. God bless you. But the fact that they didn't bounce back, they didn't seem to learn from their mistakes. In fact, committed more mistakes, more head-scratching, boneheaded plays. Just makes you wonder where this team is. And let's be real. This is not a league where you just typically blow teams out. This is the NFL. Most games are going to be close. Most games are going to be one-score games. And if you're 2-8, going back to the start of last year in one-score games, until you figure out how to win these games, until you learn how to win, until they learn how to win, we can't talk about this team as a playoff team. Never mind a team that can go threatening the AFC playoffs. No way. Got to shelve that talk for now. Table that talk for now.
I don't think it was that they didn't learn from last game. I think that, when you play, you're right. When you play in the NFL, I mean, it's going to be close football games. You gotta figure out how to make the plays when it matters the most in the fourth quarter. And again, they just couldn't do it. And, you got, you can go down a list. Bo's missing. I mean, special teams. I'm tired of special teams. I am. It's all around the NFL, though. How many blocked field goals yesterday? It had to be a record of blocked field goals yesterday. Our field goal, our special teams continues to hurt us. Got fortunate with the Benito just lining up off sides. I don't know,
Our Aussie punter.
Yeah.
He was the best player yesterday.
Yeah. No, he was, I don't know. Let's not say best player. I'll give that to, Cortland Sutton was pretty dang good. But you get to a point now, and do you send a message if you're Sean Payton and George Payton? Is someone getting cut this week? I just think that, do you release Troutman? And do you just say, all right, we just can't have it? I know he's a veteran player. He might be a good guy in the locker room, but he's just not a good football player. And he continues to hurt your football team. And so at a certain point, you got to send a message to this football team that these mistakes that are costing us victories and wins, we just can't keep allowing it to happen. You're going to keep putting him out there. He's going to keep making mistakes. So we'll see if they make some type of move like that. I don't think they will. You don't want to panic and overreact to 3 games in the football season. But it's getting late early. It's getting late early. You only got 14 left, and you just gave. I'd rather just get our butts whipped. I'd rather just be Cincy than lose football games like we've lost the last 2 weeks. So you got to figure something out. And it's not just one person. It's both sides. Defensively, you look good for 90% of the game, but then again, when it matters the most, you're not making the key plays. And there's too many blown assignments. We saw it against the Colts. Guys running wide open. And again, we saw it again. We playing man, we playing zone. Can't have a running back on a swing pass be wide open in the flat. No one's covering him. Now, if they make plays like Keenan Allen made, Quentin Johnston made, on the tip ball, and Keenan Allen in the end zone. Rodney Moss has got great coverage on both of them. These guys are making great throws, great catch. Okay. But you can't just have guys running free with no one around them because one person's playing zone and one person's playing man. How is this possible? You got him, I got him. All right, let's play ball. But there's just too many mistakes that are costing this team.
RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Guys, boo Knicks just isn't good enough. Not accurate, had chances to win it, but he just can't make the big play or even the simple play.
So we don't need to overreact here. I know it's overreaction Monday, I think.
But if you think back to the conversations we had last week with both Joel Klatt and Dan Orlovsky, our quarterbacks, they both talked about how Bo still looks too sped up, too frantic at times. And Joel in particular talked about the idea that sometimes you can step up in the pocket, but you do it too quickly, and then it affects your throws. Last week it was with the interception. Joel felt he stepped up too quickly, ended up floating the ball. Well, if you go back and look, and maybe that's a great Telestrator Tuesday for tomorrow.
Are you going to remember this week?
I will. I'm going to write it down as we go to break here.
Yeah.
But I think if you go back and look at those wide open touchdowns, should have been 3 walk-in touchdowns. In all 3 cases, he stepped up, but he never got his feet set, and he rushed throws that did not need to be rushed.
Interesting take there. Again, that now I'm just watching the play as it's live, and you're watching it. I didn't notice that. That's not what stood out to me. You're almost throwing up all over yourself, because it's how has this happened again? And so I wasn't paying attention to his footwork or if he moved up in the pocket too quick. So I can't speak on that right now. But that's my homework assignment.
I think we have a Telestrator Tuesday.
The 3.
You only have to look at 3 plays. How easy is that?
What are we going to give Mark?
I might just have him break down every Adam Troutman snap.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes.
As punishment.
Oh, I'm going to watch some of those too. So I'm going to do bonus work. So
Broncos,
I'm also on some of the Troutman.
I love it. Broncos Reaction Monday rolls on next.
The Broncos couldn't finish off the Chargers and missed a golden opportunity to gain ground in the AFC West. With an uphill battle ahead of them, can Denver get back on track and keep pace within the division? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
They say there's no such thing as a free lunch, but not true, I say. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law and 303 Law 4040, and I'm here to tell you about the best, absolute best free meal in all of Denver. Times are tight right now. You go to the grocery store, things are insane, so we all could use a little bit of help. No questions asked. Anybody that needs it can come by every first and third Thursday. Here's how it works. You pull up, you pop your trunk, they put free groceries for the week in your trunk, and they say, how many hot meals do you need? We pass those to you right through your window, and this is good stuff. This is not soup kitchen stuff. I smoke these meats personally. Delicious pulled pork. I got my special secret Chipotle chicken recipe. It is fantastic. Please help us spread the word. Anybody that needs it, Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me personally. It's Dan Jacobs at 303 Law 4040.
Ever tried fixing an outlet yourself? First, you watch a DIY video, then you grab your tools. Next thing you know, sparks are flying and your hair looks like you just licked an electrical socket. Let's avoid that, shall we? Piper Electric has been providing expert electrical service since 1983. Repairs, upgrades, EV charger installations, even commercial and industrial. They do it all and do it right. They're giving you $50 off your next service. No fried hair required. Call 303-422-9219 today. Piper Electric. Leave the electricity to the experts.
You worked hard for your 401k, but if you've left your job, your money might be sitting in the wrong hands. I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and it's very possible that the 401k that you have had for years has hidden fees and limited investment choices. But if you're no longer with the company, that 401k may be at the mercy of your former employer. All of these things could be costing you thousands. Rolling over your 401k into an IRA can provide better investment options that align with your long-term goals. At Trajan Wealth, we're fiduciary advisors that are held to a higher standard with no hidden agenda and no hidden fees. Don't let your retirement dollars sit in an old plan, and don't roll it over to your new plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. Call Trajan today at 720-405-3300. That's 720-405-3300.
Advisory services are offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Breaking Benjamin. And 3 Days Grace. Live. September 25th at Fiddler's Green Amphitheater with special guest Return to Dust. Get tickets now at fiddlersgreenamp.com. Don't miss Breaking Benjamin and 3 Days Grace, produced by AEG Presents.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity, and the other day I'm over at a friend's place. He's pumped to watch football, but his setup, total mess. Lagging, buffering, switching between apps, trying to find a game. He claimed to be a big fan, but I feel like I was being fan-fished. See, if you call yourself a football fan, you gotta have Xfinity. It's the ultimate sports destination. I can find the best games and my favorite teams all in one place. And the way I watch, well, it's next level. It's the perfect fan
Flex. I've got all the action right in my living room, plus Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K, so clear it feels like I'm in the stadium. Sometimes I've got 4 games going on at once. Why? Because why not? On top of that, I get real-time notifications, live stats right on my TV. It's the best seat in the house every single time. Next game day, make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Multi-view requires Xfinity 4K cable TV box.
Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee, included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Tune into Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth, Wednesdays at 9:15 to hear ESPN NFL analyst Dan Orlovsky break down Bo Nix and the Broncos every week during football season. Denver Sports, 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Listener appreciation.
Our RamosLaw.com texters always answer the bell.
Mentorship.
You can't be that guy. Don't be that guy.
Yeah.
And words of wisdom.
Don't let my confidence offend your insecurity.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Broncos Reaction Monday. Broncos Country's bringing it strong this morning on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. Hey, Stoke. Here's one. Hey, Stoke, let me do your homework assignment for you. Bo Nix stinks. There you go. Done. Wow.
Easy P. You sound like what I did in high school and college. The amount of work I put in. I'm going to do a little bit more research than that. I'm going to do a little bit more homework than that tonight.
I'm kind of a big deal.
I'm ready.
So I brought this up, and I know coming off 2 gut punch losses like this, it's hard to maybe even envision this. But if this season's going to turn around, and if this team has any chance of being a playoff contender, the next 8 games between now and the bye week, to me, they have to go 7-1. Now, they've got a real good...
What do you think they have to get to the playoffs? How many wins?
At least 10.
Okay. Got to get to 10. Okay, go ahead.
So they've got a get-right game coming up on Monday night against Cincinnati. Cincinnati looked just terrible.
Which isn't I know you
I know.
But it's not good. That's not good that they looked that bad because, it felt like they fumbled the ball 20 times in that football game. I just don't. They're not going to play that bad again.
Okay, if they can't beat Jake Browning and that defense,
I mean, this offense isn't very good. I mean,
I know.
You feel like we're going to blow anyone out?
I'm talking about the opportunity, the window here of games. Okay, you got Cincinnati at Philly. That looks like a loss, but then you got the Jets in London, the Giants, and Jackson Dart. By then, Russ getting booed mercilessly. He was just getting booed a lot by Giant fans last night.
Struggling.
You got the Giants at home. You got Dallas at home. You got Houston. Put D'Amico Ryans on the hot seat. C.J. Stroud. His sophomore slump has now extended into a junior slump. And then you got Vegas and Kansas City at home.
Okay,
so
I know.
You got an 8-game window where if you are. I'm not saying I believe they're going to, Stoke.
Right.
Please let me be clear about this. I don't say I'm predicting it. I'm saying if you want to save your season, you've got a stretch here where you have a chance to get right. And if you want to say, hey, give the Broncos a bit of a pass, they just played what looks to be 2 really good AFC teams on the road, and they lost on the last second. it's not time to go into full panic mode yet. Okay. I'll meet if you feel that way. I'll more than meet you halfway. But then you have to acknowledge that these next 8 games do afford you the opportunity. It is the softest part of your schedule because after that bye week, you go at Washington, at Vegas, home against Green Bay, home against Jacksonville, at Kansas City, and then you get the Chargers here.
I know.
So
but
to me, I think you got a 7-1 window here that you have to take advantage of if you want to get back into playoff consideration.
Okay. No, I mean, I don't like to play this game because we don't know what it's going to look like. I mean, they could go 6-2 and still be 7-4, Mike. Okay. They go 6-2 and still. So you're throwing out 7-1 now.
Okay. Would I sign up for 6-2? Absolutely.
Yeah, you'd sign up for 5-3 right now.
No, I wouldn't. No.
Really?
Well, not if you're going to be a playoff team.
You'd be 6-5.
6-5.
I mean, that's not bad right now.
Going into that finishing kick, I don't.
But see, I don't know what these teams are going to look like. 4 weeks ago, before the season started, Cincinnati looked like a different team. Now they look like, this ought to be an easy win. And we don't know what it's going to look like. I just right now we got to get a win Monday. That's where I'm at. I don't want to say they got to do this, they got to do that. You never know how the season's going to unfold. So you just got to clean up some stuff. Got to clean it up, man. And it's frustrating to lose games the way they've lost games the last 2 weeks. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been this upset as a fan. Just and after I finished playing, just watching the Denver Broncos. I mean, when you lose games like that 2 weeks in a row, maybe it's because of the expectations this year.
Boom, that's it.
And it wasn't. I don't really care what Sean said or what any of the players said or anything like that. It's what I thought this team could be. And through 3 games, they could be 3-0. And they're sitting there at 1-2. I mean, how much different would it be if the Broncos were 3-0? And I just say no leverage. We still have never heard of leverage. Okay? Just say that. Right? And just say that, Bo Nix just connected with Cortland Sutton on the left sideline, and just like I predicted, Will Lutz hit the walk-off field goal. And I predicted 23-20. That's what it would have been. But just say that happened, like I predicted on Friday. And the Broncos they making those plays at the end. And the score is, and their record is 3-0. How much different will we feel about this football team right now?
Yeah, but you can't start playing the if this, if that. They didn't. They didn't.
I know. I know, but I'm just saying, like, I'm walking away from these games, and it's a play here, a play there.
So does that make you feel somewhat, because they're not being outmatched, outclassed. They're not being dominated.
We've seen those games.
Right. They belong on the field with these teams, clearly. So do you take some solace? Do you take some optimism from the fact that, look, we are that close. We are that close. We just lost a game to a good Charger team on the road, 23-20, despite bad quarterback play, bad coaching, undisciplined penalties, a defense that can't close, an offensive line that just stinks. Okay? They just stink. All right.
Why can't we block anybody?
I don't know. Okay? But
we haven't even talked about that.
But despite all that, they still were that close. So do you take that as are you down, pessimistic because this team can't win close games, or are you somewhat optimistic because, hey, they are right there despite all the things that they're doing poorly?
I mean, a little bit of both. I guess, I said earlier, because the close losses hurt more than the blowout losses, especially games that you have won. But I said earlier that, I'd rather get blown out than lose the close ones. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, we went down that road where we were losing by 40, 50, the Miami loss, and then before that where we had some bad games where they were over at halftime. This is better, but at the same time, I don't know, Mike. I mean, it's they're both not fun. You know, losing close ones or getting blown out. It's I would rather lose close ones. At least you're in the game. At least you show that you're close. It's just a play here, a play there. At least you have hope. But it hurts more. It hurts more.
Speaking
the heart.
of
the heart.
The heart does hurt. Ooh.
It hurts more when you lose a close one.
Man, I probably should have abided by a 1 hour cool off period after that game, but I took to Twitter immediately.
Uh-oh.
And I sent out,
Mikey.
Go back and check out my timeline.
Ooh.
And go check about 5 or 6.
You're a bad boy?
5 or 6 that I just ripped.
Yeah.
Oh, I just let my frustration
I
vent.
wanted to.
Twitter is populated with
I just
idiots.
let it vent. So angry. I haven't been that angry after a Bronco loss in a long time.
I'm proud of you.
But you know
I'm proud of you. Good job.
You know what maybe takes away some of that anger? A PS5 bundle that Denver Sports 1043 is here to help you win. All you have to do to enter, download the Denver Sports app, click on the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5, Madden 26, College Football 26, as well as a 70-inch TV. All that anger that you're feeling from Broncos country, it can all be blamed on one person. And I'll tell you who that is next.
Ralphie 7 ran wild at Folsom Field, and the Buffs rolled over the Cowboys in a much-needed win. Can Coach Prime and company keep the momentum rolling as they begin their slate of conference play in the Big 12? Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
If you're tired of spending your weekend maintaining your lawn instead of enjoying it, you need to check out Pro Green for a beautiful lawn that's hassle-free, saves you money in watering, and saves you hundreds and maybe thousands of hours maintaining the perfect lawn. Hey, Stoke here. When you're making an investment into artificial turf, you want something that looks and feels like real grass, and that's going to last 15 to 20 years. Plus, Pro Green Cool Turf System uses proprietary infill that will keep turf temperatures cool even on the hottest days to feel more like real grass. You can't get that just anywhere. The best part is that Pro Green Turf is 100% American made. Whether you're switching your lawn to spend more time enjoying life, a safe area for your kids to play, doing it for your pets, or want a custom putting green like mine, Pro Green Denver's who I recommend. Call Pro Green today. 303-479-3967. That's 303-479-3967. Or you can find them online at progreen.com/Denver.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis here to tell you about my friends at Colorado Credit Union. Great plays start with a solid game plan, and the same goes for home ownership. Whether you're buying your first home, refinancing, or tapping into your home's equity, Colorado Credit Union has the mortgage and home equity options to fit your needs. Ready to make your next big move? Visit ccu.org to learn how Colorado Credit Union can help. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity.
Guys, this sports season, it's game on. It's Synergenics and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals like a pro? We've got a winning game plan with personalized TRT. Book a free consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to major sporting events. Female patients also eligible. For more information, visit TRTMVP.com. That's TRTMVP.com.
Okay, Michael. Any other questions about your Select Health insurance?
How much time do you have?
I have exactly as much time as you need.
Wonderful, because I have exactly 112 more questions.
112.
112.
112 it is. Let's do this.
Real people, real answers in real time. Select Health, insurance made simple. Learn more at selecthealth.org.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recover from and made it like it never even happened. Like on September 24, 2016, when Tulsa found themselves down 31-0 to Fresno State. With 10 minutes left in the second quarter, Tulsa fought back to tie the game at 41. And then won 48-41 in double overtime.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
What if
if a quarterback completed 4 out of his 5 passes, or a point guard hit 4 out of 5 shots from behind the arc. Well, now, when you're hiring, you can play at that level because 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter's technology hustles to find skilled people for your job, and you can invite your top picks to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Say it with me, state of the art.
Marketing can feel overwhelming. Where to start? What works? What doesn't? That's where your marketing experts at DenverSports come in. Audio, video, online marketing, and we know how to cut through the noise so your customers finally hear your story. You don't have to waste time guessing or spinning your wheels. We'll guide you with a proven plan that turns your marketing into growth. Let us handle the hard part. You do the easy part. Head over to DenverSports.com and click Advertise with Us and start growing your business today.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app and save when you park.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Bold takes.
I would put my fajitas up against any Mexican restaurant.
Active listening.
You weren't listening to a word I just said.
Plus, a little number crunching.
What's 12 minus 1? I mean, 12 minus 11.
1.
This is why math confuses me.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I know the sun did come up. It did come up, Broncos country. So you got that going for you. Welcome to a Bronco Reaction Monday, which feels a lot like last Monday, doesn't it? After another gut punch, walk-off loss at the Horn, the Broncos dropped to 1-2, back-to-back difficult losses that leaves a lot of us wondering, who is this team and where are they going? Brandon Stokley's here. Mark will be along an hour from now. And Stoke, the anger that's out there, the frustration that is out there, you're hearing a lot of people who are like, I'm getting tired of this. I'm tired of seeing this team continue to beat themselves. This anger that I'm feeling, that I think you're feeling, it can be really pinned on one person and one person only. You know who it is?
Mark Schlereth?
While I would love to go with that,
I'm actually going to go with the Charger.
Seriously, I didn't know. I don't know who you're.
This is all on Sean Payton.
Oh,
well, let me explain real quick, okay? You know, you come off a season like last year in which you exceed everybody's expectations, and you have a really, really encouraging year. You know what you do? And I was never comfortable with all the bravado out there. As one texter put it, we could start fixing this team by fixing Sean's big mouth that you praise so much, calling bravado. The whole summer they talk as if they were the Chiefs. Super Bowl contender, top 5 QB, generational defense, DPOY. I know you don't know this, but humility is a much better quality in a person than arrogance. And on our YouTube channel that we got some people watching, thank you. We got Wookie Goon saying, lesson of the day, win first, talk after. Bronco fans and media have it the other way around. Well, don't put it on Bronco fans and the media. We're simply following Sean's lead. But Stoke, think about if Sean had just been quiet this offseason and he didn't talk the way he talked. And he's not talking to Kay Adams and Diana Rossini and Chase Daniel and Jared Bell and all those guys. Let's say he's just being chill. You know what we're saying right now? Hey, last year was a big step forward, but maybe it was too much too soon. Maybe this team overachieved more than they should have. And maybe we're seeing a little bit more of a regression. This is more in tune with where they should be as a team that's trying to rebuild and climb. And you know what? People would look at these last 2 losses as, hey, we're there, we're close, we're doing a lot of good things, but we're just not ready yet. And that's okay, because we're building. But Sean, with everything he talked about, just accelerated everything, put a bullseye and a spotlight on this team that they can't live up to. I don't know what the reason is, but they can't live up to it, and that's why everybody's upset, because they did listen to Sean. They bought what he was saying, and they raised their expectations accordingly, and that's why people are so ticked off and so frustrated right now, because of what he said and how he acted during the offseason. There's no doubt about it.
Well, it certainly hasn't helped, Mike. Hasn't helped the situation, right? But I think regardless, fans are going to be upset if you started this way anyway. Fans, most fans, they're very optimistic, especially after what they saw last year. So I think what Sean did was he poured gasoline on the fire. A lot of people were excited about this year and thought the Broncos could take a next step. Excited about Bo Nix. Excited about a lot of things that are going on. And it still could happen. We'll see. But I'm not going to put it all on Sean. I think Sean hasn't helped the situation. And any time that you did what you did last year and you have a lot of the pieces coming back and you lose 2 close ones like they've lost, it's going to hurt. And it hurts even more when expectations are high. And that's what they are. Did Sean help? No. Would I have done it that way this offseason? Would I have, said those things and handled it that way? No. I don't know why he did it. Not quite sure why he did it. I look at it and I think I said at the time, I thought he was doing it to let the guys in the locker room know that, hey, I believe in you and I think we are a good team and we can compete with the big dogs. And I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. I'll take the heat for it. That's what I think he did. And certainly he'll take the heat for it if this thing goes off the rails. I wouldn't have approached it that way. But you get in this situation now, and we see what we see the last 2 weeks, and you're a 1-2 football team. Well, you know what? You got to own it now if you're Sean Payton. But certainly, he hasn't helped the situation.
That's why I can't just take these last 2 losses as, hey, don't worry. It's a long season. We got so much football left to play. Stop panicking, Mike. There's no need to. Well, they're 2-8 since the start of last season in close games. And do you see a team that has proven yet and figured out yet how to win the close games? Of course not. So it started last year, and now we're seeing it early this year to just blow it off as well. It's just them kind of working the kinks out in the first few weeks of the season. Don't worry about the first 4 games or just an extension of preseason. Because I can't help but, and I don't think you can separate how some things went last year, how things were going at the end of last year with the defense, and think that they just started with a clean slate. That this team struggles to win close games. And to just blow it off by saying, don't worry, there's a lot of football left and they'll figure it out. Come on, you got to give me better than that. Don't worry, there's a lot of football left and they'll figure it out. Don't worry.
At least they've been close to these games. They're not getting blown out. There is a lot of football left. Now, will they figure it out? I don't know.
That's the thing.
I don't know.
Track record isn't good.
No. I was thinking about you late in the football game. And the stat of 2-7 and 1-score games before yesterday. I said, here we go again. Can you close this game out? And they didn't do it again, offensively or defensively. And I think that's the frustrating part is Both sides of the football had a chance to close this football game out, and both sides failed. And that's what bad football teams do.
And not only did both sides of the ball fail at the end, come on, in both cases when those drives started, didn't in your gut feel like this isn't going to end well? I didn't trust the offense at that point to put together a drive. I mean, one thing Mark always says, and I love busting on the big guy, but one thing he says, you want to close out a football game, you better be able to run the football in the fourth quarter to close out a game. And you think I had any faith at all that they were going to be able to do that? Of course not.
I didn't like the play call to start the drive.
Right, we'll talk about that. And then when they when they punted the ball away after the 3 and out, and the Chargers got the ball, you're like, there's no way this defense is going to stop them. So that's over. That's part of the problem.
We are screwed.
Is that right now when it comes to those winning moments, you just know in your gut they're not going to be able to deliver. Still a lot of season, but like Stokes said early, it's getting late early around here. Bronco Reaction Monday rolls on next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Well, hope you had a great football weekend. If it was a tailgate or a football watch party, or maybe it was just hanging out by yourself watching the game from your couch. But if your post-game and day of game spread wasn't exactly where you want it to be, you know what might be missing? Daisy. Daisy dips, French onion and ranch. They're my go-to dips because they taste delicious, but also because they're made the right way. Daisy, French onion, and Daisy ranch dips made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. Of course, we're talking about Daisy here. Been in business for over a century. No one better when it comes to making your football spread a hit. Look for Daisy, French onion, and Daisy ranch dips at a grocery store near you.
When you're hurt in a car crash or on the job, Postman Law delivers. Don't just hope for help, demand results. Others promise. Postman delivers with ease, speed, and results. Call 844-POSTMAN today. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Every great game comes down to one thing, the drive. And right now it's time to make yours count at Groove Toyota. Get into a new Toyota, a certified pre-owned Toyota, or shop our huge selection of used vehicles. All priced right and ready to move with limited time offers in Colorado's best lineup of Tacomas, Tundras, SUVs, and more. Don't wait on the sidelines. These deals won't last. Make your move today at Groove Toyota on South Broadway in Inglewood, or start shopping now at GrooveToyota.com.
Hey, Stoke here. If you're like me, you know fall golf is hands down the best golf Colorado has to offer. The air is crisp, the courses are pure, and it's the perfect time to fine-tune your game before the season ends. And the best place to do that? Embers Golf in Westminster. This place isn't your big box golf store. Nope, Embers is boutique style, family owned, and built for true golf enthusiasts. They're not just selling clubs, they're crafting a full journey personalized to you and your game. They've got 2 hitting bays, all the major brands, Callaway, G4, Titleist, PXG, whatever you need, they've got you covered, and they specialize in custom upgraded shafts that take your game to the next level. Trust me, I know. I got a full fitting from my guys over there at Embers Golf, and I couldn't be more excited about my clubs. You can feel the difference. Seriously, there's nothing else like it around. So before the snow hits, get yourself dialed in just like I did. All you got to do is go to embersgolf.com. That's embersgolf.com. Schedule that fitting and take your game to the next level. Check them out at embersgolf.com.
What's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Disappointing offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with Orchard. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale and helping you sell on the market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then once you're all settled in, your Orchard agent helps sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one Orchard customer said. I never could have sold without Orchard. I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Attention golf lovers, the city of Aurora has you covered this fall. Home to 5 beautiful courses, there's no better place to play than Aurora. What's up, guys? It's Zach here. I enjoy leaf peeping every fall, but instead of heading to the mountains, I'm heading to my local Aurora golf courses. Saddle Rock, Aurora Hills, Spring Hill, Meadow Hills, and Murphy Creek have stunning Rocky Mountain views with the fall colors we adore. For more information and to book a tee time, visit golfaurora.com and give them a follow on Facebook, X, and Instagram at GolfAuroraCO.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Why wait for the weekend? Twin Peaks is serving up scratch-made food and pouring cold drinks every night after dark. Come experience the best late night in the league, any day of the week, only at Twin Peaks. Eats, drinks, scenic views.
Get ready for every Broncos game with Super Bowl 50 champion Brandon Marshall as he joins the drive every Friday afternoon at 4:45 exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Thanks to Corwin Toyota Boulder. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. DenverSports.com and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Delusional confidence. I'm tougher than Mark. Strong detective work.
Something was way off with him, like some kind of bad gummy bear or something. I don't know. It was just
gummy bear. And personal hygiene.
Holy Moses. Guy's excited about showering.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, it is a Bronco Reaction Monday, Overreaction Monday, however you want to put it, but people are not happy, and I don't blame them. RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. Evans, you're being greedy. You in Broncos country, being greedy. Don't forget where they were before Sean Payton. And Sean did an amazing job in these last 2 years, but I'm just here to tell you that his pumping up of this football team during the offseason, or maybe refusal to kind of pump the brakes on what was being said nationally about them, I think is affecting them. I absolutely think it's affecting them in a negative way. And it also is affecting Broncos country because Broncos country, the level of anger and frustration that you are feeling and hearing from Broncos country, to me, Stoke, is directly proportionate to how Sean had no problem pumping up this football team and creating expectations that when they're not met, and not met like they haven't been met these last 2 weeks with walk-off losses, with so many things we can point to that needed to be done better, and mistakes that were made, self-inflicted mistakes. Yes, that's why you're hearing the level of frustration and anger that you're hearing, because the bar was set higher, and it was set higher by Sean.
No, see, I'm disappointed in you, Mike. Disappointed. You're supposed to be the spokesperson for Broncos country, right? You're supposed to have the pulse of Broncos country.
Yeah. You don't think Broncos country is ticked off and frustrated?
Of course they are. And you always tell me that, hey, it's championship every year here. Broncos country, there's a level, there's an expectation here. That's what you tell me. So, I mean, really, Sean made it that much worse? No, come on. I mean, fans, Mike, Broncos country, you tell me that, hey, you know what? Especially after what we saw last year, they expect you to win championships. So did Sean put gasoline on the fire? Did Sean help this situation? No. But Broncos country was coming into this year expecting this team to be great. So let's just settle down a little bit. That's what you haven't you always told me that? Broncos country, the fans here expect you to win. That's what you tell me.
At some point,
so
that is
that's
the
what they were
expectation.
expecting anyway.
So let me
they
ask
won
you,
10 games last year. What do you think? Broncos country is going to be happy with 9 wins or 8 wins? No.
Let
Even
me
if
ask you
Sean
this.
didn't say anything, Mike. Come on, you're taking this thing and you're blowing it out of the water, and you're putting everything on Sean like he's the only one to blame here. Broncos country would be pissed if Sean said nothing anyway.
I don't think it would be at this level.
Oh,
no
yes,
way.
it would.
No way. Nope.
Well, then Broncos country has a low standard.
Nope.
And that's not what you tell me. You tell me
they
the standard here is very high.
No, they eventually
eventually
they'll have. Eventually, it is measured in championships.
No,
of course it is.
Eventually,
but if
they want to win now.
Sean claims to be a disciple of Bill Parcells. I covered Parcells for a couple years back when I was just a punk kid out of college. Now I'm just a punk man. But when I was just a punk kid out of college, covered him for a couple years when he was coaching in New England. And whenever, especially early in the season, if ever a player, had a real, breakthrough game or something like that, and everybody get excited, if the team had a big win early on, he'd always do something like this. He'd say, fellas, he always liked to say that first. Fellas, let's not go putting him or them into the Hall of Fame just yet. Okay? And I wish, looking back on it, and I was never comfortable with the bravado either. I kind of like the idea it's better to lay in the weeds than just kind of puff your chest and put a giant bullseye on your back. But maybe during this offseason, let's just say, instead of saying what he said, Sean said, hey, it was a nice year last year. We haven't proven anything yet. We haven't done anything yet in this league. We still have a long way to go, and leave it at that.
Yeah, Mike.
And if you think that had been his consistent message throughout the offseason, do you think the level of frustration and anger that you're hearing and feeling today would be the same? I say no way.
Of course, Mike.
I say no way.
Did you watch the last 2 games?
All right, I disagree.
So you think Broncos country, the standard around here, the bar was that low after winning 10 games last year, that they would have been happy and been fine, and they wouldn't be pissed off today after losing those last 2 games the way they lost, Mike?
It would have been more of a, hey, this is proof that this team isn't ready to run yet. They still need to learn how to walk. They're still learning how to win. And we saw plenty of examples of that the last 2 weeks. Instead, because of what Sean said throughout the course of the offseason and doing nothing to tamp down expectations, only to inflame them, as you said, pour gasoline on them, what it has now led to is this team can't win. Bo isn't the guy. This defense is overrated. We got veteran players who commit dumb mistakes, who aren't disciplined. We got people like you who normally a very reasoned football guy saying, I'd have no problem if they cut Adam Troutman today. So I don't think that the commentary would be the same if Sean had a different approach to sauce. I believe that in my bones.
Oh, my God. Okay, so you're fired. You're fired from being the spokesperson of Broncos country because you're the one that always tells me the standard around here is very high and different than other places because we win championships around here. So now I'm taking over being the spokesperson, and I'm telling you, I don't care what Sean said. They won 10 games last year. People don't think that this is going to be an 8 or 9 win. Fans think that you're going to take the next step, that you're going to win 11 or 12, and now, you know what, you're going into the playoffs again. Bo Nix the expectations were there regardless from Broncos country. I can tell you. So with that being said, you have officially been fired from the spokesperson of Broncos country. I'm sorry. I can't believe that you're making and lowering the bar that much around here.
If Sean had a completely different discourse this offseason, the reaction this morning would be different.
Oh my gosh!
I know that.
Are you
I know
serious?
that in my. Yeah, I know
really?
that. I know that.
What
in
would
my
it be?
bones.
What would it be?
It would be exactly what I just said. Are you not listening to me? I just said what it would be.
No, I stopped listening to you because you sound crazy. I'm trying not to listen to your bad takes.
It would be. This is a team that did a lot last year, surprised a lot of people, but they still have a long way to go towards being a contender. Instead, because of what Sean said, it's wow.
Okay,
I
got you. We can agree to disagree.
Massively underachieving.
We're going to agree to disagree.
All right, we move on.
After the last 2 losses, I don't care what your expectations were. You're going to be really upset today. You're going to be pissed off today because I know I am. And my expectations weren't that this team was going to the Super Bowl.
On the RamosLot.com text line, don't care what Payton said in the offseason. It's his game management and offensive play calling that makes me think they're laughably far from any real success.
Yeah, so I thought they should have, and it the first play. So anytime you take over, let me educate you, Evan.
Sure.
Here, okay. Anytime you take over the ball, we took over the ball with 2:37 left, tied football game, 2020. You want a good drive starter, right? You want to get 3, 4, 5 yards. We don't need to get 20 yards. Get a completion. Get up to the line. Get going. You got the momentum going. There was 2:37 left, and so I'm sitting there thinking, all right, let's get a positive play. Because guess what, Mike? We just went 3 and out. The drive before when we had a chance to put the game away, and so let's get some momentum going here. Get a good play. Take it down to the 2-minute warning if you want to. If you want to get on the ball and hurry up, you can do that. But you got plenty of time. You got timeouts, everything. I thought that play was a mistake to have Bo, especially after the last drive, drop back to pass. Now, he got sacked for 0 yards. No big deal there. But I thought in that situation, let's not rush it after that. Let's go ahead and get a good drive started. Give me 3, 4, 5 yards. We saw some good running plays there. I mean, ultimately, the running game's got to get better. But we saw Dobbins get going a little bit, especially to start the second half. So I didn't like the play call there to put it on Bo, especially when it's been booming. Let's get something going, get some momentum going, take it down the 2-minute warning, and have hopefully a 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 at the worst. Instead, you drop back. Now you got 2nd and 10. Now you got to throw the football. So I didn't like that.
But despite all that, they had Cortland Sutton running wide
open.
Oh, gosh,
down the
sideline.
No. I know that. I'm just saying how and there was a lot of things that they did, It's not all negatives here. I thought Sean being ultra-aggressive before halftime, going for it.
Love that.
I loved it. And I put in my notes, I said, I would have done the same thing. I didn't like the other one that he went for. It worked out.
Yep.
But I put that in my notes. I said I would kick it right here. But it worked out. So there was some positives. But ultimately, you're right. You had Cortland Sutton wide open. Great play call. They knew what they were going to get. He knew it. And he dialed up the perfect play for it. A little out hesitation and then just take it up against that defense, wide open. You got to put it on it. You got to make those plays.
Yeah, it's why I think, and we'll do this coming up next, is it time to have the conversation about Bo? Is this what a sophomore slump looks like? And are you starting to question whether or not he can be the guy? That's next.
The Broncos blew a late lead and got walked off by the Chargers in L.A. With a growing list of penalties and missed opportunities, will Sean Payton find a way to clean things up on offense? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
It's okay for my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Hopefully you had a great weekend. I know I did. You probably didn't have a great weekend, though, if you're dealing with low T. Probably wasn't feeling as good, a little bit sluggish, tired, workouts aren't as good, not sleeping as well. So if you're like a lot of men who have low T, within just a few weeks of reaching out to my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, you can feel your energy return, the brain fog go away, your sleep will improve, and also your workouts will get back to what they used to be. And your sex drive will be significantly enhanced as well. Fellas, did you know early to your mid-30s you start losing 2 to 3% of your testosterone production every year? And it happens gradually. And before you know it, you just don't feel like that same person you did in your 20s. But it doesn't have to be that way, fellas. Most men wait a year or longer to get treated. There's no need to wait. Jeff and his team at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they're the absolute best. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade, and they have successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Stop procrastinating. Take your health seriously. Reach out to my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. They have 5 locations in Colorado to serve you. Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, which is a new and approved office over there in the Rock. Go check that out. And also Colorado Springs. Call 720-440-7900. That's 720-440-7900. Or you can find them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Injured in an accident? Don't just hope for help. Demand results. At Postman Law, we handle it all. Car crash, workplace injury, or wrongful death. We deliver fast, effective, and personalized legal representation, powered by a team that's recovered over $3 billion for clients nationwide. We have taken on some of the biggest companies in the country and won. Our tech-driven approach means your case moves fast with clear updates every step of the way. So when you call 844-POSTMAN, you know you're getting speed, ease, and results. You're not just another case. You're a person who deserves justice. And from the moment you call, we're in your corner. You'll have a dedicated attorney and case manager fighting to get you every dollar you deserve. And remember, you don't pay unless we win. So don't wait. Call 844-POSTMAN now for your free case review. That's 844-POSTMAN. Because others promise, Postman Law delivers.
Brandon Stokley here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, no obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Fitness Gallery, selling the world's finest fitness equipment.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Food critiques.
I love chicken. I hate chicken salad. What? If you put chicken salad in front of me, I'd gag.
Hard-hitting analysis.
I took an Ambien on accident before practice, and that's what he looked like out there.
And some constructive criticism.
Reminded me of the show that Mike had yesterday. Just a little off, not completely there. You were like, Mike, are you going to take control of this show? Like, how many times did you have to say that yesterday?
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, a Bronco reaction or maybe another overreaction Monday does feel a lot like last week, although I think the anger is a little bit higher and ratcheted up this Monday as opposed to last Monday.
Well, when you do it 2 weeks in a row.
Yep.
You know, I mean, the first week is like, okay, get that stuff fixed, and then you don't. Yeah. Should be.
You ready to have a tough conversation? Maybe a hard conversation?
Yeah.
Is it time to have the conversation about Bo?
What about?
Well, let's get the easy part out of the way first. This is what a sophomore slump looks like. You know, for all the talk we had all summer long, you know, is Bo, you know, potentially a candidate for a sophomore slump? What does a sophomore slump look like? I think we can safely say this is at the least a sophomore slump. That's at the least. Now, at the worst, are we seeing examples that make you question whether or not he can be the guy, the dude here for the next decade plus?
Well, you know, it's still early here. We're 3 games in. It hasn't been good enough. Yeah, I think you're right. What we're looking at so far, that if that continues, would be categorized as a sophomore slump. Okay, but you know, we're 3 games in. You know, his first handful of games last year didn't look all that great. Remember his 4th game last year, Mike? Of course you don't. Last year, not this year.
Give me the opponent.
Yeah, I know you don't. I do.
Oh, I'm
no. You're busy on the text line. You're busy. I got you. But the 4th game last year was the Jets.
Yeah.
He couldn't throw the football in the rain.
Right.
It's like, oh my gosh, our quarterback can't throw in the rain.
Shot putting it.
Yes. And remember the panic? So I don't even want to do it. I'm not ready to go down that road. Let's just see how this thing goes for another 4 or 5 games before I start saying, yes, it is a sophomore slump, or no, it's not. We're only 3 games in. He's still a young quarterback developing. Has it been good enough? No. Does he have to make those open throws? Yes, I got it. But, I'm not ready to say that, it's going to be a sophomore slump. It's going to be a big step back. I want to give it more time before I go that far.
But your argument can't be, well, do you remember the first 4 games of last year? Yes, it was his first 4 games in the NFL. He was a raw rookie. I would expect him to look like that, but the way he finished the year, I was expecting him to build upon that, not go back to where we're bringing out the excuse, well, do you remember how he started last year? Yes, I do. He was a rookie. I was expecting him to be different at the start of this year. And so the fact that he is struggling at the start of this year like he did at the start of last year, yeah, that concerns me because he doesn't have the built-in excuse of being a rookie.
Well, he's still a young quarterback. He hadn't played a lot of football games in the NFL. And I understand where you're coming from, and if that's how you want to view it. See, I think because some people's expectations was, you talk to Chicken Fingers, Kevin Kisner, some people like he's a Hall of Famer. He's Peyton Manning 2.0. He's this, he's that.
Drew Brees.
God bless Bo Nix. Drew Brees. Sean Payton found his Drew Brees. And so they're like, oh my gosh, not me. I was never ready to crown him yet. Okay. I liked what I saw last year, but realizing that he still has to get a lot better. It wasn't good enough. And so he still needs to develop and improve. And so until I see that, I'm not going to crown him just yet. I'm not saying he's not going to do it. I just need to see it. I know it's a hard thing to do. And while he did a lot of good things last year, a lot of really good things last year, there was still a lot of things that he needed to work on and improve on. And it's still a work in progress. But it hasn't been good enough through 3 weeks. But still a lot of football to be played. And so I think my expectations for Bo maybe were a lot lower, or a little bit lower than other people that were just really expecting him just to hit the ground running this year and, just be this perfect quarterback. Yeah, that wasn't my expectation. So I'm not panicking right now, and I still want to see more football before I say, sophomore slump.
Yeah, and I get all the Sean Payton criticism when it comes to how he is running the team, and maybe if you want to blame the lack of discipline and their failure to close in close games, and he's not teaching this team or coaching this team how to win close games, I'm fine with that. The play calling part of it, you got to stop looking for excuses for Bo. We got to be big boys and girls about this morning, okay? You can't, as football fans, constantly talk about the quarterback. You can't constantly talk about the quarterback to really the exclusion of the rest of the football team. You can't talk about the quarterback in a way in which every single game is promoted as the quarterback of this team versus the quarterback of this team. And then when the quarterback plays poorly, just say, well, it's the play calling. Those were 3 great, well-designed plays that were drawn up for Bo to throw touchdown passes. They should have been walk-in, cruise into the end zone touchdowns. They were throws that you typically see college quarterbacks make all weekend. As far as the idea of being open, you always hear what's barely open in college is wide open in the NFL. We hear that all the time, right? Those were 3 wide open,
flip-flop,
sure thing, touchdowns. And he missed. So, you can't, as a football fan, talk all about the quarterbacks all the time and how you have to have a quarterback. We don't have one. We have to draft this one. We drafted this one. Why are we not playing him? Let's get him out there. You can't be talking about the quarterback all the time and then have your head in the sand on mornings like this and say, well, it wasn't Bo's fault.
Well,
but no, it was Bo's fault. If Justin Herbert is the quarterback of the Broncos, they're 3-0. Okay? Can we just say that conclusively?
But no one's blaming the play calling for the loss. I mean, no one's saying for this loss? For this one?
You want to take a look at this
Mike, did they watch the game?
Okay.
I mean,
talk to those people then.
Well, we did. I mean, we had 3 guys wide open for long touchdowns. And Bo overthrew all 3 of them. So, I mean, I think everyone should have saw that. Bo missed them. So if you want to talk about play calling in other games, okay, maybe we can look at it. But in this one, I mean, the play calling was great. I mean, Sean was aggressive. You saw. How about the play? How about the fourth down before half that they hit to Cortland Sutton? Great play call. Dialed it up. Perfect timing. I mean, wide open Cortland, and there was 3 other ones that Sean just gifted to Bo. Those are gifts. Those are schemed up plays, folks. Get certain looks and wide open players. And Bo missed. So I think that was pretty obvious yesterday that the play calling was not why the Denver Broncos lost that game.
Which is why in a quarterback-dominated league, we can talk about all the other fingerprint, the fingerprint blames that are all over this loss in this football team. We can talk about all of them, and they're all valid. But ultimately what it comes down to in this league is quarterback play. And all the mistakes and all the lack of discipline penalties and all the dumb things that the Broncos did yesterday, guess what? Would be almost a mere afterthought this morning if Bo Nix hits. I'm not even saying he has to hit all 3 of them, which
Mike hit one.
Hit one. One.
Game's over.
One, you win the game. Hit 2 of them, you win going away. Hit all 3 of them, which any good quarterback, I'm not even talking about an elite quarterback, just a good quarterback, hit all 3, you win a blowout. And the whole narrative surrounding this football team and Sean and Bo and this defense, everything changes if he just makes the plays he's supposed to make. So am I pinning it all on Bo? No. But you can't have it both ways. You can't, as a football fan or as a football media, talk endlessly about the importance of the quarterback. And do we have the quarterback? Do we not have the quarterback? Do we have to go find a different quarterback? You can't make it all about the quarterback and then after a game like this say, well, what do you mean? It wasn't really Bo's fault. There were a lot of people that made mistakes in this game. Can't have it both ways.
No, I mean,
if he plays competent, he doesn't have to be great yesterday. Just make the plays he's supposed to make. The Broncos score at least 27 to 35 points.
Yeah, got to make those throws. And he didn't do it. So that's frustrating, especially when you're on the road, first division game, and you got them where you want them. You came back, you got the lead, and you dial up these plays. Quarterback's got to make them. And yesterday he didn't. But I will say this: he's still developing, and that's my hope here. That's my hope. I mean, he's not a finished product at all. And I watch all the great quarterbacks in the NFL. I see them miss throws. And it happens. Now the problem was it was 3 of them, in one game. I get it. I'm not making excuses here. Everything you said's right, Mike. I'm not making excuses for Bo. All I'm saying is this stuff happens, and it's a bummer that there was 3 of them that were wide open that he failed to convert, and it was a close football game. And so, but I'm not. It doesn't make him a bust. It doesn't make it a sophomore slump yet. He's still a quarterback that needs some fine tuning and needs to work on certain things. And I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look in the pocket. How is he handling those things? I think it's been better than last year. We talked a lot about it last year. Just how he looks out of sorts sometimes with his footwork. I'll go back and look and see if it was footwork. Did he climb the pocket like Joel Klatt said he did last week too soon? Stuff like that. But I go back to my second year in the NFL and think about it was still a work in progress for me. I didn't even play the quarterback position. And you think about some of the greats early on in their career. They weren't finished products. I mean, what did Elway look like in his second year? What did Manning look? Manning looked pretty dang good in his second year. But it's still a work in progress, folks. That's all I'm saying here. Let's not panic. Let's not overreact to one game, 2 games in a row, tough losses. I think it's highlighted more because of how close these games have been the last 2 weeks, and especially yesterday because you just look at it and it's like, this is a layup. You got to convert layups in the NFL.
So would your message then be to fans that it sounds like you're being the voice of reason here, and you were slow to jump on the bandwagon, the Bo bandwagon this offseason. So would your advice be, instead of looking at Bo as, hey, seen enough, we got our guy, it needs to be changed to, we don't know if he's the guy, he's still a developmental quarterback, and that's all you should be looking at him as here early in his second year?
Exactly. Until you show me, until I see you go out there and do it for, a couple years, I'm not ready to say that you're our franchise quarterback for the next decade, especially after 1 year. So let's just pump the brakes on that, take a deep breath, and I'm still optimistic. I still like the guy. I still feel good about him, but I'm not ready to, put him in the Hall of Fame right now. That's it, where, people get excited. We haven't had a quarterback around here in a long time. He does a lot of things really well, but he still needs to improve. Can he improve on the things that he needs to improve on, so then now he can take that next step and be a franchise quarterback?
I think that's fair.
That's yet to be determined, Mike. I don't know if he can. No one does. You feel good.
Yeah.
But can he improve on the things that he needs to improve on and work on and get better on and take that next step with those things? And if he does, he's a franchise quarterback. If not, then you know what? He's a serviceable quarterback. We see this stuff all the time. Really, we do. Look at Baker Mayfield. Are you kidding me with Baker Mayfield? Look at his journey. So there's been some ups and some downs and all over the place. Now all of a sudden this guy's top 5 quarterback in the league.
When I woke up this morning, I was feeling pretty dangerous.
Look at Geno. Look at, Sam Darnold's balling out right now. It's like, holy cow. It takes time sometimes.
All right. So the question has remained the same, but the answer now has to change. Where the question is, do you think Bo Nix is the quarterback of the future? Going into the season, the answer was, yep, for the most part. Lone outliers like yourself out there, maybe not.
I was optimistic, but I just said.
But again, pump and brakes. But I think now the question remains the same: Is Bo Nix? Are you confident Bo Nix can be the guy, the quarterback of the future here long term? I think the answer is now changed to, I don't know.
See, the answer's still the same for me.
I don't know.
It's still the same.
And maybe that's
for
the
me.
way it should be, and maybe that's the way it should have always been going into his second year. I don't know.
I feel good.
I don't know.
I'm optimistic, but I need to see more. Is that fair?
Right now, that is the best answer I can think of. Yeah.
That's fine.
Because after what I'm watching the first couple weeks, I got to hope that there's something else there that will eventually come. And now I got to lean into the idea of, hey, he's developing. It's going to take time, as opposed to believing he was already there. Yeah, believe me, I am definitely. You just threw me a life raft, and I'm reaching for it. I'm clinging to it. The idea that, hey, no, it's only a second year. Still plenty of time. I'm counting on that, Stoke. I'm counting on it. Next, we've got 4 Down Territory. Let's go.
It's time for 4 Down Territory, where Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth react to the latest action both on and off the gridiron. Kicking things off with First Down.
All right, Sean Payton pretty terse after yesterday's game. Maybe he'll be a little bit more expansive today, but I don't know. Is it just me, or are you starting to get a little tired of this standard response after another close, heartbreaking loss?
The penalties are what we're doing, but look, there are a handful of things. We'll look at the film tomorrow. I'm referencing minus plays that we'll be frustrated with, and tomorrow's an important day. Tomorrow's more important than the game we just played, because we're in this accelerated. We got to get better fast, and if we do, I think this will be all right.
We're on to Cincinnati.
Said the same exact thing last Sunday and last Monday. At some point, I don't want to keep hearing, well, we got to go back and look at the film. Today's a crucial day because we got to fix everything that we didn't do before we can look ahead. That's what I heard last week.
What do you want him to say?
And you didn't fix it.
I know. What do you want him to say?
I'd like for him to say and then follow through with his actions that we can't win close games. We have to figure out why we're not winning close games. Part of the reason we're not winning close games is we have players who have a limited skill set and they're expected to do other things well, and when they don't do it, It doesn't matter if he's one of my woobies from New Orleans. He's not going to be on my football team because I need to set an example. I mean, the biggest move, the biggest thing he could do to send a statement to all of us, and more importantly to the guys inside that locker room, that dumb penalties, undisciplined penalties, not doing your job won't be tolerated anymore, is cut Adam Troutman. Good guy, great guy. And was pivotal in helping establish a culture the last 2 years. But if you're a tight end on a team whose tight ends don't really catch the football, you better be doing all the other things at a grade A+ level. And if you're not doing them, then why are you on my football team? Am I wrong?
That's funny. You know Adam? Great guy, huh?
Put that up on the Mike Evans big board of BS lies.
We're going to put that next to Valanciunas. Being a solid pro, your sources gave you that. So I think it's a fine line, Mike. I know what you're saying. So if he does do that, so say he rips certain players or what's going on, then we're going to say you should keep that in-house. How do we know what's going on in the meeting today? He might be calling people out, might be putting them on blast. They might cut Troutman, or they might bench him, right? Well, I'm not sure, but I don't want him, airing out everything into the media, do we? Now we're going to blast him for putting.
No,
so,
but I think you can. What I see is a team that was full of themselves coming into the season. I see a team that bought the hype, took the cheese, drank the Kool-Aid, and you know what? I'm as a fan, a follower of this team, I'm guilty of it. Hand raised. I guzzled the Kool-Aid that was being served this summer. I took the cheese. I bought into the hype. It's one thing for me as a fan or a media type to do it. As players.
But so what do you want them to do? Do you want them to put them on? That's what I'm asking you.
I think you need to start making people who I think came into this season a little too comfortable, uncomfortable.
Well, he might do it.
And I think you do that by cutting somebody who is a prominent figure in that locker room.
Again, I don't know how prominent Adam Troutman is in the locker room. Now you're speaking for the locker room. I think you got to be careful here, okay, Mike? I know you're mad, you're upset. I see it. Okay,
I'm emotional.
You're turning red.
Someone
on me.
said I'm a little too emotional this morning.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Right? That's why, Mike. You know why, buddy?
Because I care.
Exactly.
I care.
You care.
I care maybe
right?
too much. Maybe I care too much.
You do. And so
I wear my heart on my sleeve,
right?
Stoke. I wear my heart on my sleeve.
And that's okay. And that's why Broncos country loves you.
Yes.
Okay?
Why they've allowed me to become their spokesperson.
Yes, you got fired today, though, because I'm really disappointed in you. But if you get about 4 or 5 more reps, then you maybe can come back and be the president of Broncos country.
There you go.
So no, but here's my, and I want you to answer this. I think it's a fine line. So because during this football season, you're going to face adversity. Guys are going to have a bad game or two, and so I like sending a message about, hey, if you're not getting the job done and you're this, you're that, then you know what? We're going to set an example out of you. We see it, But all of a sudden, do you want the locker room? Do you want to cut a guy and say? Do you want the locker room to look up and say, man, you're panicking already? Like, we're 3 games. You say stay the course. Keep your head down. Keep grinding. We're going to face adversity. And then now all of a sudden, first sign of adversity, you're panicking. You're cutting guys. You're yelling to the media about this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying it's a fine line to walk here where you preach how to handle adversity. We got the right guys in the locker room, the right culture guys. And then all of a sudden, first sign of adversity, you're jumping off the ship. I mean, and you're pointing fingers. That's all I'm saying here. So I get what you're saying because you're pissed. I'm pissed. Broncos country's pissed. And so we want someone cut. We want Sean Payton yelling. We want, someone benched. But in that locker room with the guys that you have, you got to show some confidence and faith that you have the right group and stay the course sometimes. Fine line.
All right, we'll see what happens as we roll on here.
Second down.
The Chiefs beat the Giants. Did you watch the game, and what were your impressions of the Chiefs?
Did I watch the game? Of course I watched the game. Wow. Man, I was thinking about it, Mike. Not in the shower. Because I've been the one, I think, that's been saying the most here that, look, I'm not ready to bury the Chiefs. I know everybody else is. I'm just not doing it. Before the season, I was saying it. After the first 2 games, I've been saying it. And I was ready to come in there and say they are done. They are done. I mean, they just don't look the same. Mahomes doesn't. I mean, he's throwing balls backwards.
I'm here.
The one that, what a play by him to strip the ball from the defender, to just take it from him. They were going to be down 13-6 to the Russell. Russell couldn't throw the ball anywhere. Where's Merrill at? Is he coming in today?
Yes.
Oh, I think he might detour today. And
I'd miss on the chance to bag on Sean? No way.
Yeah, but he's got the rust.
Yeah.
He's got the rust. So it's not a total victory day for him.
Whatever you want to say about Sean, he did get that right.
Yeah, it's oh gosh, he did. But you got a running back that is running backwards, and the quarterback throws it to him backwards. That's the second one that happened. Kelsey and Andy Reid are getting into it again on the sidelines. Yep. They can't put anything. They look. Their offense looks worse than the Broncos' offense.
It does.
And so and that's not a good Giants team. Now their defense is solid, but yeah, it was it put a smile on my face. I'm not going to bury them yet because they got some guys that will be coming back, but they don't look like the same Chiefs. Something is off there. I think their run is probably this year. I don't see them competing, and it's probably. This is the Chargers division. Let's be honest about it. I don't see anyone overtaking the Chargers at 3-0 with all 3 wins being the division. What'd you make of the game last night?
Yeah, I did not come away impressed. I did not feel that this was some sort of performance. It's like, okay, we're back. America, we just sent the notice to everybody. Don't bury us yet. It was a workmanlike win over a bad team that is going to be going to a rookie quarterback here in the next 2 weeks.
It was 6-6 at halftime.
Yeah. Hey, part of the reason why I think the Broncos have a stretch of 8 games coming up here where if they're going to put themselves back into playoff contention, they got to go 7-1 or 6-2 because I think the schedule gets soft. And part of that soft schedule is Kansas City at home.
Ooh.
Which I look at completely different than I used to.
Quick punt.
Quick punt. Yeah, we'll hear about the Raiders because Mark called Raiders Washington. Get his thoughts on what he saw from the Raiders. That, and I'm sure he's going to be in a great mood because his Chargers are now 3-0. Mark joins us next.
The Broncos couldn't finish off the Chargers and missed a golden opportunity to gain ground in the AFC West. With an uphill battle ahead of them, can Denver get back on track and keep pace within the division? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, what is happening? Stoke here for family-owned Embers Living, a retail company based right here in Denver. Oh, man, what a bummer yesterday. Bad way to lose a football game. But football season is here, right? And if you want to win the tailgate this year or just be the king of your block, Embers Living has you covered with their top-of-the-line Yoder pellet smokers. You got to check this out. I'm telling you, fellas, they got it in stock right now. These are hard to find, but my friends at Embers Living can get you taken care of. Forget your neighbor's burnt burgers. You're bringing the flavor this season. Head to Embers Living today and gear up with the best. Whether you're rooting for your college team or watching the pros on Sunday, they got the perfect smoker to match your grilling game. From standalone grills to built-in setups, pizza ovens, and so much more. Embers Living is your one-stop shop for the ultimate outdoor cooking experience. And oh, by the way, if you need to upgrade that inside, you're looking for a fireplace, they got you covered there. Also, winter's right around the corner. Don't wait. My friends at Embers Living can get you taken care of. This is what I love about it. Indoors, outdoors, they've got you taken care of only with the best. Go visit embersliving.com today and make your tailgate the envy of the neighborhood. That's embersliving.com. Embers Living, where your perfect tailgate begins.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true.
Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
This is Jeff for Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Greg.
Hi, my name is Greg. I've been a patient of Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic for over 10 years. I noticed that I was really tired. I was lethargic. I didn't sleep really well, and I was overweight. My waist was 4 inches over what it should have been. It was really difficult for me to lose the body shape I didn't like. And of course, my marriage, yes. No man in their 40s wants to have low libido in their marriage. I'm really thankful for this therapy because it just makes me feel the man I want to be, active, at home, everywhere. If you're feeling like I was, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today and get checked. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
Thanks, Greg. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. Call 720-440-7900 or go to Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic.
With me, state of the art.
If you've been injured in Colorado, you want Wilhite. After an accident, you want Colorado's accident experts on your side, the Wilhite Law Firm. Get your free case review right now. Just call 303-GOOD-LAW today or visit WilhiteWins.com and win big with Wilhite.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Subtle intimidation.
Had to give Ty the look.
You did. I was
gave
wondering.
Ty a little bit of a like.
I was wondering what you were doing.
There's a little quizzical look.
Skilled debating.
You didn't think I was going to flip it on your head like this. See how I
you're
did
coming
that?
back at me. I
Right.
like this.
You
This is
regret
good.
this now.
And plenty of pet peeves.
Put your phone in your pocket and you never go back and get it.
It is a source of a sense of, hey, it's getting late early around here. When it comes to this team in this season, we're here to break it all down with you. We're here to let you vent, commiserate. Maybe we can provide a little therapeutic advice. But let's try to work this all out together, shall we? 303-713-1043 on the RamosLaw.com text line. And Stoke, after I got done with the immediate, I have not been that angry and just flat out irritated. I went on a quick 5 or 6 tweet barrage, like the moment that kick went through, that I just had to vent my feelings via X, via Twitter. You can go back and check
Twitter
my
is
time.
populated with idiots.
Check out my timeline. I definitely vented. But then later on, as I was grilling a couple of pork tenderloins, having a cold one, just relaxing, taking in a beautiful Colorado sunset, I thought about it more. I thought about you.
Me?
I thought about you.
Okay.
Because when we laid out this season, you said, I could see them going 9-8, maybe even 8-9, missing the playoffs and still feeling good about the season. And we were all like, what? No way. There's no way. But I wonder if maybe these last 2 weeks, these last 2 losses were kind of what you had in mind when you talked about this season. The idea being that they're clearly getting better. They're a lot better than they were a couple of years ago, but maybe they're not ready yet, and they could go 9-8 but lose some games in a way that make you feel like they're close. If not, a little bit more of this or a little bit more of that, but they're close, even if it doesn't reflect the record. And you know what? Sitting here at 1-2 right now, they're certainly close.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But they're 1-2.
Yeah. So you could.
Did you have these kind of games maybe in mind?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you could have a season that, you don't get the right bounces, and you don't make one play here, one play there, and you look up, and you're 9-8, and you just missed the playoffs. Mike, I don't know if you know this, but I will inform you of this. It's hard to win football games in the NFL. It's hard.
Yes.
Right?
Based on the last 2 weeks, yes.
Right. It's
You're
not
right.
easy.
It's hard to win.
And just because you made those plays last year or you won 10 games last year doesn't mean you're going to win 11 this year and you improved your roster. You look at games like the last 2 weeks and you just say, man, you don't feel terrible about this team. You're not losing by 30. You're not Cincy. I mean, you're right there. You're one play here, one play there, you're 3-0. You feel much different about yourself. This is the NFL. And so, yes, this is kind of what I was, talking about when I said, you could go through it and be 8-9 and say, all right, well, I don't feel terrible about this team. A pick here, a pick there next year that hits and, Bo progresses and all of a sudden, you could be a 12-win team. So, yeah, this was kind of what I was thinking about when I said that I wouldn't feel terrible about this team. And remember, I said it. And I got to remember I said it. It's a lanyap year. Remember? It's just a freebie. It's a freebie. I know, Mike. I didn't feel like that yesterday after the game.
Right. But is this what goes into a freebie year? The idea that there's a lot of good happening here, but until they learn how to win, which isn't easy to do in the NFL, then it's still part of a long process.
Yeah, let me just continue to watch how this thing goes because I might change my tune on that. But at least you're right there. You're right there. And now it makes the losses more painful and makes you more upset that you have the game won and both of those games end the way that they end. But there is the positive side of it is, oh, gosh, you're so close to being 3-0.
But it's one thing to feel like, hey, we're close. We're just getting beat by a better team. We're close, but their guy's making the clutch plays and our guy isn't. It's losing games like yesterday, and you see all of the self-inflicted mistakes that are, quite honestly, about discipline and they're about effort. I mean, it was a bad start to the game for me. I had an uh-oh moment when Patrick Surtain failed to wrap up.
Oh, gosh.
And just kind of played touch football,
yeah,
two-hand touch, and thought that would be enough, and the guy takes off, and right at that moment, I'm like, ooh, okay, there's that. There's Nick Bonito lining up offside on a punt. I mean, come on. Adam Troutman lining up offside. And when they said offside, I'm thinking, all right, 5 yards. And they're like, and they point to the offense, like, that's got to be wrong. Offense, number whatever he is.
82?
82. I'm like,
I think he's a bum.
What? Troutman? And it's Hufanga with a needless, stupid, unnecessary roughness. We all know that. You can't just slam a guy to the ground, and you should know better. So to your point, it's one thing if you're close, but hey, you just don't have enough talent yet, or your quarterback just isn't ready yet. Those are the kind of things I can kind of accept, but it's all the dumb stuff, and it's the lack of discipline. And it's just the self-inflicted mistakes that just, really chap me on a morning like this.
Yeah. Usually when you lose a game you're never going to play a perfect game. You're going to have mistakes, right? You're going to have bad plays. But to your point, Mike, it's the mental ones. We can't even line up. That's high school stuff. Well, I coached 2 years of high school football. No bueno. That ain't flying.
Look down the line. There's the ball.
Right.
As Troutman, you can do? Look over the side judge. Give him the little, am I up? Am I good? I'm good. You're good.
You probably shouldn't even have to do that.
That's
You're
high school.
standing right next to
Pop Warner.
Slamming a guy, you can't body slam. This isn't 1980. You're not playing for Buddy Ryan's Eagles. There's no body slamming going out here. You can't pick a guy up and suplex him. This is 2025, man. Seriously, you thought that you could do that? Yeah, but, the Troutman one, you're up by 7, Mike. 7:45 to go in the game. You run the ball on first down, you get 4 yards. You're in a good spot, right? And then you throw the ball to Harvey. Nice little run there. You get 10 yards, right? You're 1st and 10 at the 34, 35-yard line. And you got all the momentum, and then you have that penalty. And then what happens? You don't get the first down, right? You don't get the first down. It's compounded by Garrett Bowles gets a face mask, and so you're moving backwards. But, it starts off with just the mental. Sometimes Bowles is going to get a face mask. That happens. You got a face mask every now and then. You got to hold. But you can't line up on side with 7 minutes left to go in the game. You're up 7? How are you on the football field? What do you provide that is beneficial for the Denver Broncos? What does Adam Troutman provide that is beneficial, that helps the Broncos win football games? I'll wait. How's his blocking? Does he dominate at the line of scrimmage?
No.
Does he make big plays in the passing game? Does he convert? Is he Bo Nix's security blanket? Does he make plays in the passing game?
No.
Is he a great special teams player?
No.
Okay. There's our answer.
You know what he is, though? He's a friend of Sean.
What do you do?
He's a former Saint.
What do you do that helps the Denver Broncos win football games? So, okay, look, if you don't want to cut him, that's fine. You want to support your players. But I've watched Troutman now for 3 years. I've seen the book. I've seen it right there. I just told it to you. You just answered the questions. You just can't put him out on the football field anymore. Give me Lucas Kroll. He doesn't block good, but I really don't care. Nate Atkins. Where is Albert Okwuegbunam? Bring him back. I really don't care.
No offense.
Noah signed somewhere, unfortunately, but bring him back.
Bring him back. Trade for him.
Find me someone. Where is Joel Dreesen?
Ah, yeah.
He's up there in Larkspur. Come on, Joel. We need you. I guarantee you, it looked much different.
Dude looks like he still play.
Yes, he does. I mean, that's where I'm at with Troutman. Unfortunately, you just bench him then. If you don't want to cut him, that's fine. He's inactive. But all he's doing right now, he's not doing anything to help the Denver Broncos win. He is hurting this football team.
Now, I get in the case of Troutman, that's a veteran player. He should know better. Hufanga, veteran player. He should know better. Benito now at this point, fourth year in the league, he should know better, especially with what he's getting paid. But my belief has always been that if you are an undisciplined team, that's a sign of coaching. That if you're looking at what coaches, the most important things that a coach is supposed to do, okay? Do you have a team that is intelligent, that has high football IQ, that understands situational football and doesn't beat themselves with undisciplined penalties? I've always kind of put that on the coach's to-do list. That's part of the job description. You?
Again, in certain situations, yes. But lining up offsides, I mean, we're going to put that on the coach? I mean, what do? I mean, do we have to go spend a period of practice and, 10 minutes of lining up on side? I mean, I can't put that on coaching. I mean, that's on the player. I mean, do you have the right players? I mean, we're not cutting Benito. He made a mistake, suplexing a guy. I mean, you don't think they've talked about this? I mean, that's on the player. The player's got to go out there and own responsibility for it. Now, ultimately, yeah, it's on the head coach. I mean, that's your product. You're the captain of the ship. But, in certain, if you keep jumping off sides, certain mistakes, yes, I will say coaching it could be the issue. But in this situation, I put it on the players. I mean, that's simple math. I mean, that's high school. That's Pop Warner. I mean, line up on sides. I mean, that shouldn't be that difficult. I can't blame Sean Payton or, the tight end coach, whoever that is, or the, outside linebacker coach for these guys not being able to look at the football and know where they're at on the football field.
But when you're 2-8 in one-score games since the beginning of start of last year, you say that winning in the NFL is hard. Okay, the teams that do it consistently, the teams that in a league where it seems like every game pretty much is a one-score game, the ones that tend to win. I mean, you were on a lot of teams like that. I'm sure you were on a lot of teams that won close games in part because you didn't beat yourself and the other guy did. So is that discipline that you were a part of, those disciplined teams that you were part of, what role did the coach play in establishing that kind of discipline?
Well, I think ultimately, this team is still a work in progress, right? I mean, it's still a team with a second-year quarterback. And, a lot changed last year. A lot. I mean, they have flipped this culture over. They've done a great job of that. But it shows me, Mike, that there's still room to grow here and improve and get better. And this isn't a finished product by any means. You tell me that. You tell me going into this game that they were, 2-7 in one-score games, and I look and I say, how did they win 10 games last year? That's amazing that they won 10 games. In the last 2 years, they're 2-7, and now they're 2-8. But there's still a lot of work to be done. That's what that tells me when I look at that, not being able to close out games. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just, you don't just happen because you hope it happens, right? You got to go out there and you got to go through the fire sometimes. Sometimes you got to go through some tough losses. You got to learn from it. You got to grow from it. You got to get better from it. Now the question is, can they do that?
Okay, you got your checklist. You're putting your to-do list. Brandon Stokley to-do list to fix the Broncos. What's number one on that to-do list? Because I know what's number one on mine.
What's number one? Go ahead. Go ahead. What's number one on yours?
Start with Bo. Bo has got to be better. And you can't – anybody who is a involved football fan, whether you're a crazy football fan or a casual football fan, you understand the importance of the quarterback. My goodness, the conversations and the trees that are killed and the digital bandwidth that is used discussing quarterbacks. It is a quarterback-driven league. The quarterback drives the conversations for media, for fans, for teams. And so with all that out there, you can't bury your head in the sand after a game or like yesterday's in which Bo Nix misses. Not one, not two, but 3 walk-in touchdown passes. Let's not sugarcoat it. You don't even have to be an elite quarterback. A good quarterback makes those throws, and make one of them, they win the football game. Make 2 of them, they win comfortably. Make 3 of them, it's a blowout. And all the conversation surrounding this game and this team is completely different this morning if he makes one, never mind 2 or 3 of those throws. Secondly, 2 for 13 on third down. 2 for 13. Mark has always told us that when he played with John Elway, Elway would tell the offense this: first and second downs on you, third downs on me. And when your third down conversion rates is a quarterback stat, there is no doubt in my mind third down conversion success is a quarterback stat. And when you're going 2 for 13, that's on the quarterback. So you want to talk about the things that there are a lot of things that need to be fixed with this football team right now. You want to start? Bo's got to be better.
Okay.
And we got to stop making excuses for Bo.
Okay.
He's been bad.
Okay. I'm not making excuses for him. I think you look at third down, though, also. I'm not putting it all on Bo. No Ingram. I mean, that's supposed to be our third down tight end. We have no tight. This team doesn't have anybody to be able to work the middle of the football field. No slot. Where McConkey? I'm drooling all day yesterday just watching McConkey just do his thing. And now our tight end's not in there. So you look at, okay, what's the third down conversion rate? Well, a lot of it is we don't have one of those guys working in the middle of the field, one of those security blankets for Bo. We don't. The other thing is, first and second down. You win third down by first and second down. Now all of a sudden you're 3rd and 11? Well, I don't care who you are. Probably not going to work out for you. And we're seeing a lot of those, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 8. So you got to win first and second down to win third down. You follow me? So I think it's a little bit of everything. So I'm not putting all this on Bo. And we got to double check your story on Mark Schlereth and just make sure it's accurate. I feel like it is, but we do have it up there. You do exaggerate Mark Schlereth's stories on Mike Evans' big board of BS. See, it's up there. But that one I don't think you did, but a lot of times you do. And so I'm not putting all this on Bo at third down. I'm not. I think it's a lot. It's a lot more than just saying Bo Nix needs to be better on third down. The other thing, Mike, I'm going to go with the third one. You did a good job on the first two. Let's be partners here. The third one is defensively, you got to close out games. The strength of this football team is the defense. You've got to be better when it matters the most. Great defenses shine in the fourth quarter. 5-6 minutes left. And the majority of the game, the defense, oh my gosh, so much better. So much better than in Indy. They're getting to the quarterback. Great job, Benito, Cooper, getting to the quarterback, hitting the quarterback, doing a lot of really good things. And then all of a sudden, when it matters the most, can we get a stop? 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11. I mean, yeah, we're right there. We're close. And then too many blown assignments, just giving freebies. Like, we playing zone, we playing man. We can't. No. Defense, we went into the season. Defense is the strength of this football team. And it was really good yesterday for a lot of the game. But when it matters the most late in fourth quarters, you got to close it out. You got to close it out, and they haven't been able to do that the last 2 weeks.
Man, this whole summer, I was having this internal debate, like raging within this giant dome of mine.
Oh, gosh.
Where it was like, well, on one hand, I'm hearing everybody rave about this defense and how this could be a generational defense and certainly maybe the top defense in the NFL, and they got this and they got that. And yet there was the other part of my large squash that was screaming, wait a minute, didn't you watch at the end of last year? Jameis Winston picked this defense apart. Joe Burrow picked this defense apart. Josh Allen certainly didn't have any issues with it. Justin Herbert didn't have any issues with it coming down the stretch. What's the stat? I don't know how many. I don't think they put up close to 450 yesterday. They did not. But they put up 376 yards of total offense. If you go back now, 4 of their last 9 games, they've given up more than 450. Yesterday, they gave up 376. You know, and you got at that final drive, talk about the lack of a tight end. And I want to give Cecil some advance because I know he's going to bring this up. Oh. He was pounding the table for them to draft a Rondé Gatson late in the draft last year. He had him on his best available list for a couple of days, and they didn't. They took a former basketball player who isn't doing anything. Meanwhile, Gatson, playing in his first ever NFL game, makes 2 crucial catches right in the middle of the field. To your point, the Broncos don't have a middle of the field owning tight end. Gatson, a rookie, first NFL game, makes 2 big catches in the middle of the field to set up that game-winning field goal. Why do we have guys like that?
Yeah, I mean,
and our defense couldn't stop a rookie tight end who I think was a 7th-round pick. 5th-round pick, playing his first NFL game.
Out of the Qs.
Out of the Qs. Another reason.
He's washing.
By the way, big win over Clemson.
Winners get washed.
Big win over Clemson.
And
I'm repping today. Of course I am. You knew I was.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Goodness gracious.
Winners wash. Poor
Jeez.
DeBoe. Poor DeBoe. DeBoe was crying. Did you see DeBoe crying on the sideline at the end?
That's good.
Crying.
Wait, what?
Crying.
What do you mean?
When they were doing the alma mater or whatever they do afterwards. He had tears.
No.
Go back and look it up.
Oh.
He's going full Paxton.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
DeBoe.
DeBoe.
Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so, DeBoe.
Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, I think when you look at this defense, though, Mike, and you were bringing up the concerns, but you can't bring last year into this year. You added pieces. We haven't seen Greenlaw, unfortunately, but you added pieces. You should get better. You had a first-round pick. We're not seeing him do much, unfortunately. So it's like I'm not even worried about last year. You look at certain teams, and they make big jumps, and they get better. We're bringing everyone back. Majority of the time, they were a good defense. They should have been. They should be a great defense this year. That's what it should be. They're close, but great defenses close out games, and they haven't been able to do it.
By the way, cute story and everything, but I'm kind of over the White Shadow right now.
Ooh.
Teams are just feasting and picking on Riley Moss. All right, we'll hold that conversation over. Because
I got to take a deep breath and think about this one, okay?
All right.
So, you can't just come out out of the blue and
think about
that.
that.
That caught me off guard.
All right, if we're looking at things, if we're putting together, here's the question. We're putting together a to-do list for Sean Payton this week. I love my lists. I love a good to-do list, okay? We're putting together our to-do list for Sean Payton this week. What should be on that to-do list? Let us know. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. That's next.
Ralphie 7 ran wild at Folsom Field, and the Buffs rolled over the Cowboys in a much-needed win. Can Coach Prime and company keep the momentum rolling as they begin their slate of conference play in the Big 12? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. It's football season, and did you know that I am the reigning fan staff champion in the King Supers Football Pick'em? Yep, Stokley, Schlereth, Zach By, Cecil Lammy, none of them can hang with the judge when it comes to football. Just like those made-for-TV lawyers can't hang with me in the courtroom. When you've been hurt in a car accident, you want the real deal, which is what you get when you call 303 Law 4040. Not some made-for-TV character. When you call 303 Law 4040, you speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly, not some call center overseas. And you get to meet with us in person for free. We never take a dime unless we win for you. Plus, no ridiculous fees like those TV characters. You were the one that was hurt, so the doctors and the lawyers shouldn't take all the money. So go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303-LAW-4040, 303-LAW-4040.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Progressive's Teen Driver discount could lower the cost of insurance for your teenager and save you some money. And then you can still spend money on them. Because just when you think you have a grasp on spending, new sneakers. And then it's money for a school field trip. And of course, spending money. Oh yeah, and a new phone to replace the one they dropped in the toilet. Oh, don't remind me. So just get Progressive's Teen Driver discount. And then you can continue to spend money on them. Endlessly. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states and subject to terms and conditions.
Car accident? We've got you. Flanagan Law connects you with the top doctors and handles the legal stress. We give back, donating a portion of every attorney fee to charity. Flanagan Law, justice with heart. Focus on healing. We'll take care of the rest.
Winter and the holidays will be here before you know it.
Don't wait to upgrade your home. Order windows or siding from 5280 Exteriors before the Colorado snow flies. Enjoy low-interest financing for 15 years, often better than your bank, with no prepayment penalty. Stay warm, boost your home's value, and pay less each month. Prices go up every year, so lock in your free quote today. Host the next game day party at your house. Call 5280 Exteriors now and see how low your monthly payment can go. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Come shop the largest selection of gorgeous loose diamonds. Every shape, every size, and price range diamonds.
Plus thousands of diamond settings from the world's top designers. The Diamond Expo at Williams Jewelers. Save hundreds, even thousands. It's our biggest diamond event of the year.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. Fall has arrived, which makes now the perfect time to call your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks, at 303-425-0985. Ductworks complete ventilation cleaning packages, scrapes and vacuums every inch of your system, removing dirt, dust, and debris other companies leave behind. Here's why that matters. Your heating system kicks on in the fall. Dirty ducts can reduce efficiency, raise your energy bills, push dust into your home's air. A professional cleaning now helps your furnace run better, last longer, and keep your family breathing cleaner air. Don't wait until the first cold snap when everyone else is scrambling. Get ahead of the rush. Call Ductworks today at 303-425-0985 or visit ductworks.com for your free residential and commercial estimate. Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
303-425-0985. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Conspiracy theories.
Well, in this case, AI got it wrong.
Yeah.
So, hey, maybe Skynet's not taking over anytime soon.
Firm beliefs.
I'm very easily swayed. If you keep talking, I might be at 70 here in about 30 seconds.
And a few sucker punches.
It was the complete motivator for me, the failure thing.
Mark, when does that stop? Not letting your teammates down after you finish playing? Because it seems like it. You let us down a lot.
Oh, man. It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So when it comes to Sean Payton's to-do list this week, what's on it? Let us know. RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043. As we continue on this Bronco Reaction Monday, rinse and repeat. A lot of what we talked about last Monday, we're talking about this Monday. And Stoke, we were talking about it right before the break. You got some time to think about it. You toasted your bagel. You got your fluids. You're hydrated. So let's tackle one thing that I think needs to be on the to-do list.
Okay.
I love the White Shadow. Love the Riley Moss story. But he is just getting picked on left and right. And at this point, you drafted Jahdae Barron in the first round. You told everybody after you drafted him, we had this guy as the top 10 player. We can't believe we got him at number 20. Well, all he's doing right now, he's playing nickel, he's playing dime, corner, whatever. Hey, if this guy is everything you think he is, he should be starting.
What if he's not ready? What if you just like he's just not ready yet?
At this point,
just throw him to the wolves.
I'd like to see.
It could get worse.
Maybe
it could get worse, Mike. So, are we overreacting? This early in the season, saying bench Riley Moss and let's go with this rookie who I haven't seen him make all these plays when he's in there. I'm just saying, is that overreaction there? Is that pushing the panic button too early? We're not staying the course. And a guy who's, golly, I kind of feel bad for him because, the touchdown to Keenan Allen, he is right. How does he not hit the ball down? Left hand, he was right there. The catch on to Quentin Johnson, he's right there. And that wasn't pass interference. Pass interference, these refs, by the way. These flags in the NFL, all games. Flags in the NFL
you're right.
games. It is so obnoxious.
It's terrible.
It is so crazy. Every play, there's a stinking flag.
Great call.
Oh,
I watched a lot of Red Zone yesterday. It is, I made that observation it was just one of those things. I'm just vegging on the couch. I'm like, wow. Are these games being over officiated or what?
It's crazy. You can't touch a receiver.
Generally irritating.
You can't touch a receiver
Can't
now.
touch him.
I mean, like, really? That's illegal contact? Anyway.
Yeah.
But, there's some good there. So he's just got to finish plays off. And I get it. He's not doing it. Of course he's going to get picked on a little bit when you got Pat Surtain on the other side. All I'm saying is I'm not totally opposed to making a change. I'm just saying, is it too early? And is it going to be Jahdae Barron? Some people want it to be who's the other guy? I'm dropping his name.
Chris Abrams.
Yeah. Some people why not try him?
Well, the Barron part is because, and I'll tell you what fuels part of that, is because I'm looking at our draft class, and we're getting nothing from it. I mean, Barron isn't making much of an impact. Harvey's not making much of an impact. Pat Bryant's not making much of an impact. The other guys aren't. And then I'm looking at Omarion Hampton yesterday. And the Broncos decided they didn't want Omarion Hampton. They liked R.J. Harvey in the second round, and they didn't want to pass on Jahdae Barron in the first. So when I don't see Barron out there playing a prominent role, and I see Riley Moss struggling, and then I watch Omarion Hampton
he hasn't started off that good. I mean,
well, you know what? By the end of the day yesterday after Najee Harris went down, 19 carries.
That's a bad
that's bad. I
injury
hate
there.
seeing that. I hate these.
Ooh.
Are these guys just overtraining?
I don't know.
Are they overtraining to the point that their muscles are like so taut? Like my hiney? So taut?
Whoa, what? Wait, what just happened?
Sorry,
wait,
I digress.
Are you serious? You're talking about your hiney?
Yes. Taut.
Can you?
Taut.
Hey.
Taut. T-A-U-T. Taut.
I hope you clip that. His hiney?
Yes. Anyway. But are they too tight?
Yeah, I'd like
to
to move on
over-conditioned? Are they
from that
are they muscle fatigued? I don't know. But
I
that was
don't
tough
know,
to see.
Mike.
Anyway, Omarion Hampton stepped in seamlessly. 19 carries for 70 yards and a touchdown. 6 more catches for 59 yards. Their first-round pick had 130 yards from scrimmage and a touchdown, making big plays in the fourth quarter. And what are we getting from our draft class?
I'd like to see these guys out there, but you got to wait a couple years before we start talking about our draft class and the impact. Right. I know where you're going. You want to see Jahdae Barron, and I get it. I just think it might be a little bit too early for that. Here's on my to-do list. Adam Troutman needs to be benched or cut. I'm tired of it. All he's doing is costing this football team. The upside's not there. Hey, if you have great upside, it's like, okay, well, this guy's catching touchdown passes. He's moving the chains for us. Bo Nix loves throwing to him. Okay. There is no upside. He's providing absolutely nothing. Like nothing. Seriously. No, not personal. It's just the facts. So I'm out on Troutman, bench him, cut him, but I don't want to see him on the football field anymore. He is hurting this football team, and he's costing this football team wins. So put that on my to-do list.
What else?
I was waiting for you.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, we're going back and forth. You start, I go, and then you go.
My turn. On things to
special
fix.
teams. Special teams.
Ooh, what are we doing on special teams? I thought Marvin Mims had a good game yesterday.
No, he did.
Our Aussie punter has been fantastic. Remember all the concern about him in the preseason?
We lined up off sides.
I know.
It is costing this team. Special teams can't hurt you. It's got to help you, especially when you're the Broncos and the Broncos offense. The Broncos offense is boom or bust. It's touchdown or 3 and out. That's what it feels like. Touchdown or 3 and out. I mean, it's like there's no consistency at all. You got to have special teams that helps you win football games. They're costing. I mean, they got lucky on Benito's offsides that, you know what, it didn't cost you a touchdown or points. Now, great job, Jonah Ellis, punching that football out. That helps you. That's what we need to see more of. But piggybacking off of what we saw against the Colts and that leverage play, now all of a sudden you had Benito lining up off sides. I mean, I watched the Browns game, and they're trying a long field goal, the Packers are, to take the lead. McManus, not even that long, 40-something yard. And who blocked it? Shelby Harris.
That's right.
Put the big paw up and blocked it. He wasn't trying to leverage anybody. All he did was just jump up. You know, it's like There it is. Why didn't we just do that? Why are we trying to jump over people and put our hand? It cost us a victory. Special teams has got to be better. Just got to be cleaned up and be a little bit sharper.
Here's what I would put on my to-do list. For now, because there's so many issues with this football team. A lot of mistakes being made, a lot of self-inflicted mistakes. I think Sean Payton, and also to the uneven nature of the offense. Because there was a lot about Sean's play calling I loved. I mean, he dialed up that tremendous play for the touchdown to Sutton, which completely changed the momentum of the game for a good chunk of the game. And then three what should have been walk-in touchdown passes if Bo Nix simply makes a competent throw. But it is the uneven nature of the play of the offense that you're talking about. I would step away from the play calling. I would turn it over to Davis Webb. And you know what I would do? I just coach this football team because there's a lot of things on this. When you're 2-8 in one-score games, going back to last year, shows me there's a lot of things that your team needs to be better at when it comes to winning close games. And maybe Sean, with all of his experience and everything, he would be able to do more as just the overall head coach of this team, coach the entire football team, rather than obsessing over his offense and obsessing over his quarterback and let somebody else do it for a while. What do you got to lose?
Well, I don't want to panic and because I didn't think the play calling was an issue at all. But I can't give you a lot of pushback on one-score games.
Well, you just said that this offense is boom or bust, that it's either a touchdown or a 3-and-out.
Yeah, Mike,
and play calling has nothing to do with that.
But they had 3 wide-open touchdowns that weren't converted, wide open. That's the play caller. That's scheming up the plays. That's calling them at the right time. So you can't ignore that. You just can't. So because once you go there, then you're going to take it back. I'm not ready to.
All right, but what about the idea that maybe this football team needs more of Sean's?
Well, it's hard to argue.
As a head coach, more than they need his play calling right now.
It's hard to argue that because they're 2-8 in one-scoring games the last 2 years.
All right. We'll continue to get your reaction, Bronco overreaction Monday, perhaps. RamosLaw.com, text line 303-713-1043. That's next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
You know, by the end of that game yesterday, I was ready to pull my hair out. Then I said, whoa. No, I've put too much into this. Advanced Hair Restoration's done too much for my hair for me to start pulling it out. Because if you're somebody that is tired of that expanding bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning hair, and you want to do something about it, contact the amazing team at Advanced Hair Restoration. Start with a free consultation with Advanced Hair and learn all about their quick and easy one-day hair loss solution that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it's even guaranteed to grow. All you have to do is choose how much hair and where, and Advanced Hair does the rest with the latest technology, legendary Dr. Tanya Pauls and her all-star team. Winner of Westward's Best of Denver 2 years in a row. Hey, you could grow back so much hair that you could actually afford to pull some of it out after one of these gut-wrenching losses. Right now, for a limited time, get a free consultation, 250 free hair grafts, and $250 off. Call 720-459-HAIR and at advancedhair.com. That's advancedhair.com.
You still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
When your name's on the paint job, your primer better hold up. Painters trust Kills primers for serious adhesion, stain blocking, and a finish that lasts. Now, the full Kills lineup is available exclusively at the Home Depot. Need it fast? Get same-day or next-day delivery, or order online and pick it up in-store. Kills primers. Pro results. Faster. The Home Depot. If you're a pro, you know.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
At Ameristar, the best memories don't trend, they last. They're stories we're still telling 20 years later, like winning big at a table with your closest friends, or going all out on a night you hope lasts forever. Like watching your team clinch the playoffs on a giant screen, or stepping away for a weekend you'll never forget. Whatever you do it for the memories, and we'll do everything we can to make them last. Ameristar Blackhawk. Come visit or book your next memories at AmeristarBlackhawk.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-GAMBLER.
Guys, this sports season, it's game on. It's Synergenics and Low T Center, the MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. Ready to tackle low energy and achieve your health goals like a pro? We've got a winning game plan with personalized TRT. Book a free consultation and automatically enter for a chance to win autographed sports memorabilia or tickets to major sporting events. Female patients also eligible. For more information, visit TRTMVP.com. That's TRTMVP.com.
This is Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. Football season is here, and there's nothing like a fresh start, on the field or on the road. If you're looking for a new car or want to refinance your current loan, Colorado Credit Union has the winning play with low rates and fast approvals. Whether you need a truck for tailgating or a car for the daily drive, Colorado Credit Union would help you get there. Visit ccu.org to apply today. Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank. Membership eligibility required. Not all applicants will qualify. Federally insured by NCUA.
This is Dr. Joel Cherdak with Denver Regenerative Medicine. If you've struggled with weight loss, it's time for something real. We use GLP-1 medications from licensed U.S. pharmacies at full strength, never from unknown or online sources. Your program is overseen by a real doctor with in-clinic care and telemedicine options. Best of all, we're offering a free consultation so you can get started risk-free. Experience real weight loss results for under $300 a month. Visit denverregen.com to book your free consult. That's denverregen.com.
You know, Daisy has been treating us to their delicious products for over a century, and now they're raising the bar again. With Daisy, French onion and Daisy ranch dips made with only the best ingredients, real herbs and spices and other ingredients you'd find in your own kitchen. No surprise, right? Of course, it's Daisy we're talking about. So if this weekend's tailgate, if this weekend's watch party, if this just hanging out by yourself wasn't as good as it could be, well, why don't we add some Daisy dips? Everything tastes better with Daisy. Daisy French onion, Daisy ranch dips. Look for them at a grocery store near you.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Embers Golf, where your passion meets the green.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Candy shaming? I don't know how anybody can eat that. Black licorice? Ugh, ugh, ugh. Gross. Fact checking.
I think we have another candidate for the Mike Evans big board of BS.
No way.
In the spirit of giving.
Mike is getting an almost new but slightly used snowblower.
Oh, is that his compensation, Mark?
No, that's just out of the goodness of my heart, Stoke.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Somebody told me.
All right, as we continue on with this Bronco Reaction Monday, each and every Monday at this time, we welcome in DenverSports.com and the fans, James Marilat, who joins us. And James, I got to tell you, probably I have not been that mad after a Bronco game since the Payton years, the Peyton Manning years. I mean, you know, I just never had high enough expectations to get that angry about what I was watching. But yesterday, just the comedy of errors and all the different fingerprints of blame that you can put on this football team and the way they're losing right now that's as angry as I've felt after a game in 10 years.
Yeah, which to some extent is a good thing, right? You'd rather not be angry. You'd rather that they won and you're happy. But that does come with expectations, right? We expect this team to be good. Everybody expected them to build upon their 10-7, and they had a great offseason, and they're going to be, you know, what did Cecil have them at? 14-3, and I mean, just all these expectations. Either 13-4, 14-3. Super Bowl 60 is theirs until it isn't, I think is his phrase. And I just never quite bought into it because I don't think the foundation. I think the 10-7 last year was a bit of a mirage, right? They were 1-8 against teams with a winning record. They beat up on the AFC South, the NFC South. I didn't quite think they were a 10-7 team last year. I didn't think they were legit. So I thought they could be better this year than they were a year ago. and have about the same record or maybe worse. But expectations lead you to be ticked off, and when you kind of give one away in back-to-back weeks, it's very frustrating. But look, they had like a good 8 minutes yesterday. The rest of the game, they stunk. They had 9 first downs. 9. You have this offensive guru as your head coach. He's got his hand-picked quarterback that he will go out of his way to tell you how he's smarter than everybody else, and he found his guy. And you had 9 first downs in an NFL game? That is pathetic. They once again had a hard time getting the opponent off the field. What was time of possession? Like 36-24. It was pretty lopsided. So I get why you're upset, Mike. I think there's a lot of things to be upset about. And as I wrote today at DenverSports.com, I hang yesterday on Bo Nix. He wasn't good. He was not good, and we need to stop grading him on a curve, right? Oh, it's only his 20th start. Nope. If you're out there and you're the guy and your head coach is going to tell us you're going to be a top 5 quarterback and people are talking Super Bowl, they don't get extra points for a touchdown because they got a young quarterback. He needs to play better, and I think it's time to start worrying about Bo. I really do.
Well, what's the next step for Bo? I mean, you talk about this offense only having, the 9 first downs, which is not good. Way too many 3-and-outs, way too many negative plays.
6 3-and-outs.
Yeah. The first 3 series of the game, 3-and-out, 3-and-out, 3-and-out. And 2 of those drives were negative yard series. And you look at it, and Sean dialed up plays that were there, like schemed up plays. The one to Cortland, great call. You knew you were getting the shell defense. You knew they were going to play conservative. Great call, great route. And he just missed them. 2 other ones that he just missed to wide open guys. Well, how do we fix? I mean, you can't call better plays than what we saw. Scheme up better plays. Guys are wide open. You don't see that in the NFL very much.
No, I mean those are just throws you have to hit. So Sean did have a couple of them that you're right. He schemed them up well, but it was a couple of them. Right, I also don't like.
But those are for touchdowns, James. I mean, it's not like a 3rd down and 5. You got 6 yards. You don't see that in the NFL. 3 plays. That's 3 touchdowns.
I don't like the call late in the game going deep to Cortland Sutton though. He's open. You got to hit him if you're a.
If you don't like that?
I don't.
Why not?
Because it was 3rd and short. Get the first down. Move the chains. Let's put something together. Make an easier throw.
He was wide open.
I get it.
I
get it, but it's
the guy you paid $60 million to was wide open.
It is it's a boomer bust type of a play. I don't think they needed to take that shot at that point, but I heard you take
James,
another.
it was 3rd and 10, bud.
Oh, okay. It was the other.
Yes.
It was the series
Yeah,
before
that
that.
was
It was
3rd
3rd
and 10.
Okay.
So,
all right. I heard Mike take a shot at D'Amico. Right, on my way in.
Yeah.
He needs to be on the hot seat.
He should be.
Why is your guy not on the hot seat? He's 19-19 as the Broncos head coach. 19-19. The definition of mediocre. He's got everything he wants, right? They had the big year of spending and free agency when he first got here. He's got his quarterback. Anything he could possibly want, the Walton Penner family ownership group is giving it to him. He's 19-19.
Well, he took
makes
over
$18 million a year.
He took over a complete disaster. And so I'm not looking at the overall record here. I don't really care what happened with your guy Russell Wilson. Okay, I'm starting post Russell.
I bet Russ hits those throws yesterday. I bet he does.
Did you watch him?
Oh,
have you watched him the last 2 weeks?
Oh, we back
the
with
last 2 weeks.
Yes,
he threw for 450.
Did you watch the interception he threw at the end of the game when the game was on the line?
He made one bad throw.
Are we back to the? How can he soar like an eagle when he's flying with turkeys or something like that?
Correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Everybody makes those excuses now for Bo. He doesn't have a lot of talent around him. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that.
You have to start Sean Payton after Russell Wilson, okay? And he has changed this thing over.
Because he sabotaged him.
And
jeez.
And they went to the playoffs last year. So no, this is a non-starter.
Okay, he took over disaster. He did. D'Amico Ryans took over disaster.
No, I'm not
in Houston.
even. That's,
they had the
you
number
talk to
2
Evans
overall
about
pick.
that. Talk to Evans about that.
Okay, your number 2 overall pick quarterback that D'Amico Ryans has is regressing in his 3rd year. Whatever you may want to say about Bo, at least officially right now, he's only in the early stages of a sophomore slump.
I'm just saying.
Your guy, C.J. Stroud, is regressing terribly before our eyes in year 3.
D'Amico's got a better record than Sean. He's got a better record than Sean. No, he's a defensive guy, right? Like Sean is an offensive genius. Just ask him. And he's got his quarterback, and his quarterback looks bad. That was ugly yesterday.
I would Sean did an amazing job the first 2 years. But with year 3 comes new expectations, and here's my argument. And this is where I'm down on Sean. The anger that I am feeling and hearing from Broncos country is directly attributable to one man, and that's Sean Payton. Because had Sean, after last year, pumped the brakes and just said, yeah, okay, it's 10 wins, it's nice, but we haven't accomplished anything. We still got a long way to go, and just basically left it like that for the entire offseason.
I get it.
You know what our reaction for the most part would be after these last 2 games? It would be we'd be upset, but not to this level, because we'd instead look at and say, hey, maybe what they did last year was a bit flukish, or they overachieved last year, and maybe they're coming back to the mean this year. And we're seeing a team that still has a lot to do when it comes to learning how to win, and they still need to upgrade the roster. And let's not get freaked out. I think that would be the reaction today. I honestly do. But when he said what he said, poured gasoline on the fire, whatever you want to say, he created a level of expectation that just has people really, really ticked off because they're so obviously not meeting it.
I get it, but if Nathaniel Hackett had a team that had 10 penalties, including a tight end that lines up offsides, what would we be saying?
We'd be clowning him.
Okay, so let's just be consistent.
I think we are. I mean, Sean has to be better. This is year 3. You're getting paid $20 million. You've got all the power. You have to be better. Your team has to be better. All right, James, thank you.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Russ, you got to let it go, man. You got to let it go. You already died on that hill. The buzzards are picking at you, man. Just leave it alone.
I will die on this hill.
Just leave it alone. All right, Bronco Reaction Monday continues next.
The Broncos blew a late lead and got walked off by the Chargers in L.A. With a growing list of penalties and missed opportunities, will Sean Payton find a way to clean things up on offense? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Oh, man, the fall is in the air. I was up in Steamboat this past weekend. Great golf up there. Boy, fall is in full bloom there, and it's time, folks. Time. I know you may not want to think about it, but it's time to prepare for colder temperatures. Take care of those plumbing to-dos with my friends at Copperhead Plumbing. Reliable hot water, such a must. Repairs, maintenance, or if it's time for a new water heater, trust Copperhead Plumbing. They are hot water heater specialists, and if I may, I highly recommend going tankless. Made the switch a couple of years ago. Unlimited hot water on command, takes up less space. I love it. Speaking of water, protect your home from unexpected and costly water damage. Have Copperhead Plumbing install the Moen Flow Smart Water Shutoff System. Monitors your entire home's water usage in real time right from your phone. Copperhead Plumbing, they've been reliably serving Colorado since 2007. They're local, licensed, and focused on quality work done right the first time. So whether it's commercial or residential, emergency services or routine maintenance, call 303-552-3491 and at CopperheadPlumbingInc.com. They plumb different, they plumb custom.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're over 50, it's likely you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
It's next man up in Boulder as Coach Prime and the new look Buffs return to action at Folsom Field. Tickets are on sale now, so get loud and cheer on CU as the Buffs battle for a Big 12 title. Tickets are still available for the Buffaloes' home matchups against BYU, Iowa State, Arizona State, and more. Lock in your seats by visiting cubuffs.com/tickets or by calling 303-492-8282. Join the action of another exciting season at Folsom Field with your Colorado Buffaloes.
Brandon Stokley here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Do you need a new furnace, air conditioner, or heat pump? ROX Rocks Heating and Air makes it incredibly easy with their new, free, No obligation online heating and cooling quote. It takes less than 5 minutes and gives you options instantly. No calls, no waiting, and transparent pricing. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Car accident? We've got you. Flanagan Law connects you with the top doctors and handles the legal stress. We give back, donating a portion of every attorney fee to charity. Flanagan Law, justice with heart. Focus on healing. We'll take care of the rest.
Your hunt for the perfect breakfast sandwich is over. Jack in the Box's sourdough scramblers starting at $3.49 come with toasted sourdough, scrambled eggs, melty cheese, and your choice of hickory smoked bacon or grilled sausage. Then, does you one better by being available all day.
You could save thousands of dollars on the products your business uses the most with the Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred Pricing. Registering is free and easy. Just have your tax ID or business or contractor's license ready. But don't wait. The current preferred pricing benefit will end on November 15th. Visit your local Pro Desk to register now and unlock the deepest savings on the products you choose.
Denver, are you ready to ascend? Bring me the horizon. USA Ascension Program Part 1.
Every sky will build my friend.
With special guest, Motionless in White, The Plot in You, and Amira El Fiki. On sale now through Ticketmaster. Produced by Live Nation. Bring Me the Horizon. New album, Post-Human, Next Gen. Out now.
Parking shouldn't slow you down. ParkWiz gives every driver a shortcut. Book ahead, save up to 50%, and skip the hassle of circling the block. Park smarter, park faster. ParkWiz. Download the ParkWiz app and save when you park.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Passive aggression.
Oh, Mark. Sweet, naive, childlike Mark.
Culinary techniques.
So you got the crawfish, you got the tail, you pinch, twist, and some people like to slurp it. You're a slurper.
And backhanded apologies.
You know what? I would like to officially apologize to you, Mike. You were right. I was wrong. You're smart. I'm dumb. You're skinny. I'm fat.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, rolling into the 9 o'clock hour here. No signs of let up. Boy, Broncos country, I thought you guys were fired up last Monday. This week it goes to a whole nother level. I guess if you want to look for some consolation, looks like the Raiders actually are still the Raiders. And Mark Schlereth, our guy Mark, was on the call yesterday of Commanders and Raiders, and he joins us now. Good morning, Stink. How are you?
I am good. I would like to officially apologize for being the technical gremlin that I am, but for some reason, nothing worked. So, but anyhow, I'm doing good, man. You know what? Disappointed in the Broncos loss. Obviously, very disappointed in that game, but you can always take a little bit of pleasure in watching the Raiders just get absolutely trounced.
We'll get to that in a second, but go ahead, Stoke.
So what were your thoughts on another walk-off loss for the Denver Broncos? This one stings more than the Colts one, but it's 2 in a row. Your concern level right now, Mark?
My concern level is high. I'm watching Bo Nix miss a lot of throws, and I'm not just talking about the deep throws that he missed down the sideline to Mims, the touchdown that he missed to Mims. I'm talking about off-target throws all over the football field. Just feels like it's frenetic. And, obviously that's a good football team over there with the Chargers. But, how much of it was they're a really good football team and how much of it was you guys just looked awful. Lack of offensive continuity, lack of run game early in that game, lack of accuracy by your quarterback, felt frenetic by the offense in general, a bunch of missed throws, whether it be, just check down type of swing pass stuff or little spot routes, just over the ball, little hitches. like all over the football field. It just didn't feel right, did not feel good, and never felt like that offense had any rhythm whatsoever.
All right, Mark, then is it time to have the conversation about Bo? Is this what at the least, is this what a sophomore slump looks like? And at the worst, are we starting to question whether or not he can be the guy?
Yeah, I don't, I still look at his competitiveness. I still look at his ability to move around in the pocket. And his ability to recognize things and think, yes, he can still be the guy. This is goes into sophomore slump. This goes into, just like I said, this frenetic pace with your feet. Things look sped up. And I don't know if that is, the expectations. It's funny because I did this game in Washington, and now Jaden Daniels didn't play, but this is kind of what Jaden Daniels has looked like through the first 2 weeks of the season. Sped up, missing targets, off-target throws, lack of offensive continuity, and that's exactly what it looks like with the Broncos right now.
Yeah, I think when you look at Bo, I'm not ready to say sophomore slump yet. I think you got to understand and realize that he's still a young quarterback that needs to get better and needs to improve. And it wasn't perfect last year. There was a lot of things that he needed to improve on. Now, he finished off and he ended up having a great year. But I'm going to wait and hold out and see what the whole thing looks like before I start saying sophomore slump after 3 games. So my expectations were that it wasn't going to be perfect this year for Bo. He might take a little step back at certain points during the season, and it's kind of happened. And now let's see if we can get things back on track. I mean, we remember early last year, and I know he was a rookie last year. Through 4 games, there was a lot of things that had a scratch in our head and saying, "Ooh, is this the right guy? Or is this the guy that a lot of people said should have been a second-round pick?" So I don't know, hold out here before I start, saying, he's taking a big step back in year 2.
Mark, what about this defense? Is it now officially time to say that we and the national outlook all summer long overrated this defense? Check this out. The Broncos offense ran 52 plays. Now, shame on them for not staying on the field longer. They were 2 for 13 on third down. But for this supposedly vaunted defense, Mark, they were on the field for 86 snaps. 86 snaps. The Chargers ran 34 more plays than the Broncos ran. 86 snaps. How can we trust this defense when they can't get off the field?
Yeah, well, I mean, ultimately, Mike, the Broncos had negative 7 yards rushing in the first half, or at least Dobbins did, minus 7 yards rushing in the first half. I mean, there is this complementary nature to football, man. You've got to be able. I don't care who you are in this league, and I know it's become somewhat of a passing league and all that kind of stuff. And this goes back to a conversation I had just the other day with Pete Carroll. If you cannot run the ball in this league, you will get beat. Your defense will get worn out. Your special teams will get worn out. Your offense will not produce because you cannot hold up in protection if you can't run the ball. And this first half was as ugly a first half as you could possibly have, and yet you still only gave up, 10 points? And so, I thought the defense actually played really well. I mean, they were on the field a ton, Mike. They were on the field, and they had some penalties, and, there was the lining up offsides on, the punt that put your defense back on the football field. So there were some mistakes along the way, but when your offense cannot produce, when your offense can't get first downs, when your offense can't control the tempo of the game, your defense is going to get tired out. And once you've been on the field for 50-plus plays, I mean, defense is hard. It requires so much more effort. So am I going to sit there and say, oh, this defense isn't good? No, I thought this defense played really well. And ultimately, after giving up 10 points, they went on a 17-0 run, and that defense held them back. So, no, I'm not ready to say that. I think the majority of the problems come with a lack of continuity, a lack of productivity and production on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I think it is, to Mark's point, it is twofold. I mean, you're offensively, you can't go 3-3 and outs to start the football game. That doesn't help your defense. It doesn't, give them a rest. But, hey, look, when you're the strength, you're the strength. Go out there and get the job done. That's the bottom line. And, I was on a team that had a terrible offense that had a great defense, right? I mean, hey, look, they don't. There was no excuses over there in Baltimore. I was on a team that had a great offense, that had a terrible defense. You know what? We got to outscore them. I don't care. There was plenty of times where we'd go on a 10, 12-play drive, and it would be 2 plays touchdown. It's like, are you kidding me? All right, we got to go do it again. You're the strength of this football team right now, and you have to play better. You have to, and when it matters the most, look, in teams in this league, you got penalties are everywhere. They give away free first downs like candy. When you are the strength, and they've done a lot of good things when it comes to what Mark said, to holding teams to field goals, right, and not giving up touchdowns after long drives. That's a great job, okay? But at the end of the game, you have got to close games out. And that's 2 weeks in a row where they had opportunities to close the door and to help this football team win the game. And they weren't able to do it. They weren't able to deliver. So, look, tired. Offense has got to do all this and that. They got to do better when it matters the most. That's what great defenses do.
All right, question for both of you. Mark, you could take the first crack at it. They're 2-8 in one-score games going back to the start of last season. I'm not saying that Sean Payton is on the hot seat, but should that seat be at least getting a little toasty?
Well, the seat should be toasty in that you have got to figure out what your offense can do, and then you got to lean into that. It's almost like the movie City Slickers. The secret to life is in this one thing, and then Curly dies, right? Like, for me, there's one thing. Find one thing that you can do well. Find one run that you can execute on a consistent basis. Find one thing, and then build off that one thing and develop some continuity. But right now, I don't see anything that they consistently do well as an offense. And so, yeah, that's on the head coach. That's on the offensive production or the offensive coaches to figure that out and find a plan in which you can consistently execute that kind of quote unquote one thing and then build off of there. But right now you're not doing. There's nothing I can point to. Go, you know what? They do this really well. Can you think of one thing that you've watched over the first 3 weeks that you would say, yeah, offensively they do that really well? I can't.
Mike, that's crazy to even bring it up. Okay. I'm not going to make a City Slicker reference here. I don't know that movie, but that's crazy.
Wait, you don't know Curly and City Slicker?
No. You and Mike are the only two that do.
I was young ones, too.
Yeah. Listen, to even say he's not on the hot seat, he's not on the warm seat. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. I don't even want to comment on it. It is right now to even say that. I told you this year's Lanyap. I told you. So for me, and so but to even mention that, how quick do you forget where we were 2 years ago? And now all of a sudden we're 1-2. We're saying, "Oh, it's getting warm. It's getting warm." Come on.
I'm not calling for the guy's job.
No, you said it's starting to get warm.
I'm saying though that when you're 2-8, and you know that
2-8 in one-score games,
and you know that over the next 14 games on your schedule, the NFL being the NFL, you're going to be in a bunch more one-score games. And you better show by the end of this season that you're kind of figuring out this whole how to win close game thing. If I'm supposed to feel confident in this guy going into year 4, no?
I mean, look.
You really are giving him a free pass.
We'll continue to evaluate, but to even bring that up right now, I know James just left here, but I'm disappointed in you.
That's why
you quickly forget how good it was last year and where we were a few years ago. I'm disappointed in you.
That's all I'm
saying. That's why you're fired as a spokesperson for Broncos country.
Right.
I fired him today, Mark.
Hey, you know what? Good for you, Stoke. I mean, good for you. Like, does he have to figure it out? Yeah. Is the pressure on? Yeah. But, I mean, we're not talking about firing.
I didn't either. That's why I said the seat's getting warm, not hot. Jeez, you guys need to listen better. Okay, more Bronco Reaction Monday, including what should be on Sean's to-do list this week. That's next.
The Broncos couldn't finish off the Chargers and missed a golden opportunity to gain ground in the AFC West. With an uphill battle ahead of them, can Denver get back on track and keep pace within the division? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, my guys at Synergenics and Low T Center. They're the original MVPs of testosterone replacement therapy. They've been changing the lives of men across this country for over a decade. Since starting, a lot of other players have entered into the field, but Synergenics and Low T Center, well, they're the pros, providing you with the most medically driven, results-focused, and winning approach to restore the quality of patients' lives through hormone therapy. Guys, I'm telling you what, if you're feeling tired, you're feeling grumpy, you lack energy, you're not making gains in the gym, you feel unmotivated, go check out my friends. Simple test, and you're going to get results back on the spot, and then they can walk you through a treatment that's specific to you. If you ask any of their patients, they'll tell you that TRT with Synergenics and Low T Center has significantly changed their lives. So don't wait. Get to the center, get your test, and I'll tell you what, get your results going, guys. To book an appointment online, check them out at trtmvp.com. That's trtmvp.com. Do it now, and you're going to wish you did it even sooner. That's trtmvp.com.
What's the biggest mistake you could make when selling your home? Settling for less money. Not with Orchard. Orchard gives you cash up front so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. Then they sell your old home on the market for top dollar. One customer said, "I made way more than I expected, and it couldn't have been easier." Don't settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Get your free home valuation at orchard.com. Orchard.com.
My friends at Gravina's Window Center of Littleton. In today's economy, every single dollar counts, especially when it comes to your home. That's why Gravina's Window Center of Littleton is making it easier than ever to invest in lasting quality. Right now, save up to 25% on Infinity from Marvin fiberglass windows, American-made and engineered to outlast every other window on the market. They're also offering 20% off of James Hardy siding, so you can boost your curb appeal and energy efficiency all in one shot. Family-owned and operated since 1973, guys. That's over 50 years, backed by hundreds of 5-star reviews. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton has earned a reputation for premium products and white glove service. They don't cut corners, just first-class work and peace of mind. They're going to do it right the first time, every single time, and they're there for you every step of the way. They never subcontract out the work. Flexible financing available, 0 down, 0 interest options. Call them right now for a free estimate at 303-794-0490. That's 303-794-0490. Find them online at windowsforyourhome.com.
Injured in an accident? Call Postman Law. Our attorneys have recovered over $3 billion for clients, fighting and winning nationwide. Others promise, Postman delivers. Call 844-POSTMAN now for your free consultation. That's 844-POSTMAN.
Football is here, and Fitness Gallery's fall football sale is your playbook for a winning home gym. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit any of our 7 stores from Denver to Fort Collins and score big before the sale ends.
Meet Slate, the most personalizable, affordable pickup/SUV/whatever you want it to be. Learn more and reserve yours at slate.auto.
Football is back, and it's time for you to get in the game. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan is here to help, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 bundle. Download the Denver Sports app and tap the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5 console, a 70-inch flat-screen TV, plus copies of Madden 26 and College Football 26. Don't wait. Download the Denver Sports app now. 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter Har Motors. Job shaving.
You played in the NFL, but you were a wide receiver.
Embellishments.
I mean, sometimes I swear you're just making things up.
And amateur zoology.
I think polar bears are bigger than grizzlies.
Of course.
So make them a polar bear.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, a Bronco Reaction Monday. We roll on here, and we'll get to some of your very, very white-hot takes. People are not happy this morning. It's even worse than it was last Monday. And expect to hear, you heard it yesterday, expect to hear more of that today when Sean Payton talks to the media.
The penalties are what we're doing, but look, there are a handful of things. We'll look at the film tomorrow. I'm referencing minus plays that we'll be frustrated with, and tomorrow's an important day. Tomorrow's more important than the game we just played because we're in this accelerated. We got to get better fast, and if we do, I think this will be all right.
Got to get off to a fast start. Got to win our division games. Got to learn from our mistakes. We got to look at the film. Forget about the game now. What's most important is fixing everything. That's everything we heard last week, and then we got what we saw yesterday. Stoke, I'll start with you. What's on Sean Payton's to-do list this week?
Well, I think trying to figure out why you're putting yourself in negative situations so much. How do we get a little bit more consistency offensively? How? What do we need to do to get more consistent offense? You can't have all these 3-and-outs. We talked about how many plays the Broncos had compared to the Chargers. You got to get a couple first downs. Give your defense rest. But this offense isn't explosive enough or good enough to overcome negative plays. There's just too many negative plays, whether it be penalties or not blocking guys and you turn around and hand it off and it's -1 yard or no gain. You got to keep positive. You got to get positive plays. And so I think for me, it's figuring out offensively how to stop with all of these negative plays that you're getting and these 3-and-outs. You got to get more consistent offensively. You don't have to score touchdowns every time, but it can't be 3-and-out -4 yards, 3-and-out -2 yards. You got to be a little bit more consistent.
Mike, I would my biggest thing when you have inconsistencies and things don't go your way, you're just not quite. You get penalties and you get all those things. That says to me that mentally your players can't absorb all the things that you're putting on them. And that's not to say the players are dumb. That's just to say that you've got too much stuff going on. And, you see little technique things like, hey, man, you got Derwin James walks up on the edge on the line of scrimmage, and Troutman steps inside like he's helping secure the offensive tackle's responsibility, and then kicking out to block Derwin James. Sorry, you can't do both. That's just either poorly coached or poorly executed. But those to me are things that happen to a player when he's got too much going through his mind. If you can't execute all the different runs that you want to execute, then you need to simplify the package and say, hey, man, we can't have 7 different things we're going into this game plan with. We've got to stick to this. We've got to hang our hats on this one thing or this, whatever that is. And so all those mistakes, penalties happen when you're not quite sure what you're doing, and all of a sudden you're a little bit late and you get edged by a defender. That's when the majority of holding calls happen, when some guy gets on your edge because you're a little bit late. Those are the things that happen to you, or you use poor technique because you're late, because you're thinking. And I see that littered throughout the game plan, littered throughout these issues, holding calls, bad steps, whatever it is. And those are the things that I said. By the way, on Friday, I do think I picked this game 23-20 Chargers. Do you guys remember that?
Mike, talking about what I'd look at here is for me it would be, hey,
I do believe I picked that score, and you guys basically ridiculed me off the radio station before I went to
Good for you, bud.
Washington.
Okay, good for you, bud.
I'm actually going to go with the Chargers.
I'm just wondering.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if you guys would like to officially apologize.
Congratulations.
You guys are playing like the Broncos offense
Mark,
right now.
Congratulations. Your love of the Chargers has been validated. Congratulations.
Awesome. All right. Go get yourself an ice cream. Listen, I get you, Mark, but at the same time, you got to find different players in. If they can't handle, being able to see the guy coming off the edge, or if they can't handle going out there and lining up on sides or not holding guys, at a certain point, you just say, all right, we got the wrong guy. I mean, I don't want them to do all kind of crazy stuff when you got a million plays, but this is your job. So we're just giving the players a free pass and saying, oh, my gosh, Sean's doing too much. I mean, hey, Adam Troutman, go out there. You're a veteran player. You're supposed to go out there and execute it, and then we just don't have the right guys.
Right. Well, my argument to that would be you can't get new guys. These are the guys you've got. So if the guys can't execute the stuff that you're putting on them.
You can't get 53 new guys, but we could cut Troutman and be just fine.
Yeah, no. I get that. I mean, you could do that, but I'm just saying, if these are the guys that you have, then to me, you're gonna have to win with these guys. These are the guys you handpicked, and if they can't execute the stuff you're asking them to execute, you got to find stuff they can execute,
or find new guys. I mean, I would put Troutman on the bench. I mean, tell me, Mark. Okay, we did this exercise earlier. Tell me what Adam Troutman does good. Is he a good blocker?
No. Well, no. He's nothing. There's nothing that he does that you would say is, above. There's nothing. I'm not in the film room and I'm not in there with them, but there is nothing to my eyes that I have seen that he does exceptionally well. Now, there's not one thing.
I'm not even talking about exceptionally well. I'm just talking about good. He's not He's not good in the passing game, Mark. He doesn't block good. And the last 2 weeks, all he's done is cost his football team wins. He's cost them in big ways. He can't even line up on sides. He's face masking because he's not a good blocker. And so it's one mistake after another from a veteran player. So, hey, the ceiling is the sky, whatever. Zach Bye, hey, we've seen it. He's not getting any better. He's a veteran player. It's not like, oh, maybe next year he'll improve. No. So what are we doing?
His ceiling is established.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Yes, his ceiling is established, Zach.
Stokely, I think Troutman just needs 4 or 5 more reps. And
let's give it to him.
That was good.
I mean, even though we already got it done earlier today,
but that was so good, it deserved it.
Appreciate that.
Talk about operating within the flow of the offense right there. Sean Payton could take a lesson from Mark Schlereth, operating and keeping the flow of the offense going. Day number 262 of the Zach Bye Sensitivity Smear Campaign. All right, coming up then, as we put together Sean's to-do list, I'm going to tell you what should be at the top of his list, and it directly affects the way and his role in coaching this football team. I'll tell you about that after I tell you how we're giving away to you gamers. This is awesome. A PS5 bundle. Now, what goes into a bundle, you may ask? Well, all you have to do to enter is download the Denver Sports app, click on the contest banner on the homepage for your chance to win a PS5, Madden 26, and College Football 26, as well as a 70-inch TV to watch it all and play it all. You can win. Just download the Denver Sports app.
Ralphie 7 ran wild at Folsom Field, and the Buffs rolled over the Cowboys in a much-needed win. Can Coach Prime and company keep the momentum rolling as they begin their slate of conference play in the Big 12? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey, Stink here. Recently talking to my buddy Troy Hansford about the housing market. Hey, over the last year, man, it's gotten from one of the hottest markets they've ever had to prices declining, something people haven't seen here in a long time. So if you're thinking about selling your house, now might be the last time to sell, still get top dollar. And believe it or not, my buddy Troy's still offering his $5,000 guarantee. That's right. If he can't sell your house at the time that you agree with and the price that you agree upon, he's going to cut you a check for $5,000, and he's making that offer because he continues to spend an obscene amount of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families that are approved right now and ready to buy your house. If you have a house, Troy probably has the perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and call him at 720-900-4433. And if you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash, and he can close in as little as 7 days. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. Want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
It's back. Football is back, Broncos country, which means summer is almost over. And that means it's time for game days. Whether you're heading to Empower Field or traveling to Boulder to cheer on Coach Prime and the Buffs, you got to get there in style and on time. So let my friends at Hermes Worldwide handle the traffic and parking, and you handle the rest, which means have as much fun as possible and make as many memories as you can. So let Hermes Worldwide get you to and from the game safe. All you need to do is call Hermes Worldwide at 303-577-7600 or visit ridehermes.com/DenverSports to book your next ride today.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and you know I'm all about toughness and preparation. That goes for my lawn as well. Fall is the most important feeding time of the year. Did you know that? And Rich Lawn Winterizer is the MVP of lawn care. I told you the other day, my wife looked at my lawn after I put the Rich Lawn on a couple of weeks ago. She was like, it's like a carpet. I was like, yes! Winter, chicken dinner. It helps protect against long winter damage, guys. Thickens your turf to fight off weeds, builds the root system so you have a great, strong root system as your grass goes dormant over the winter, and that inspires that spring to pop up that green, that thickness that's going to choke out those weeds. It's going to be thicker, and it is going to look awesome. Now, here's what I love. Winterizer is not going to burn your lawn. It's safe around kids and pets. It's great when you overseed as well this fall to make sure you get that lasting color that you want and make sure those seeds germinate and grow great. So in the spring, you're going to have, just like I do, the best lawn in the neighborhood. That's Rich Lawn Winterizer. Check them out online at richlawn.com.
Attention taxpayers, if you owe $5,000 or more and have missed another tax deadline, you're officially on the IRS's radar. The IRS has resumed aggressive collections. That means wage garnishments, bank levies, even seizures of your home, car, or retirement accounts. If you owe $5,000 or more and missed the deadline, you're stacking new debt on top of what you already owe. Call Priority Tax Relief now. Their experts fight back fast and are saving their clients millions in tax debt every month.
I owed over $50,000. And they settled it for pennies on the dollar. These guys are as legit as they come.
After speaking on my behalf with the IRS, my entire debt of $25,000 will be eliminated.
Whether you've received collection letters or you're already facing liens and garnishments, call for your free consultation. There are no upfront fees. Priority Tax Relief. Let's make your taxes our priority. Call 800-968-3159. 800-968-3159. 800-968-3159.
Priority Tax Relief. This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Short-term memory loss.
I don't remember. What was the reason I gave for earlier?
Oh, my goodness. Okay. I don't remember what you said. You think I remember the reason?
Ironclad sources.
One of the biggest haters in my life, my wife. She will even vouch for that story.
And spontaneous karaoke.
New additions like Ronnie, Bobby,
Ricky and Mike.
If I like a girl who can cool it down,
slow it down.
Watch out, I'm gonna lose control.
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Yeah, along with the singing Stokley and singing Stink, here we go, rolling through this Bronco Reaction Monday. And talking about the things that should be at the top of Sean Payton's to-do list this week. Mark, I'm going to tell you, the first thing I would do if I'm Sean, I'd give up the play calling for this week. And it's not unprecedented. And for anybody who says Sean's ego won't allow him to do it, you're wrong, because he's done it before in New Orleans. He's turned over the play calling. Not only because I think that maybe the offense and Bo would benefit from a different voice, a different approach. It might allow Sean to see the game maybe a little different. And also, when I see a team that is as undisciplined, and make no mistake, for years we have mocked the Raiders. Whoever's coaching the Raiders, we've always mocked the Raiders. Look at the Raiders, another 12 penalties. Look at the Raiders, they're leading the league in penalties. Ha, ha, ha. Chuckle, chuckle, snort, snort. And we mock the Raiders for being so undisciplined. Well, the Broncos were the walking definition of that yesterday. And so I think that for where this team is at right now, and when you see these losses over the last 2 weeks and all the different ways that they're beating themselves, I think right now it's probably more important that Sean Payton just coach this team than be worried about what's going on with the offense. So I think he ought to give up the play calling for at least this week and see what happens. What do you say to that?
I would have no problem with that. I mean, I would look at that like I've been there. I've been there when Mike Shanahan turned it over to Gary Kubiak. I was, in that huddle. Listen, man, when your football team is not winning, when your football team needs a little bit of a change, that attention to detail, whatever the case may be, yeah, I don't have any issue giving up the play sheet over to Carmichael or to Joe Lombardi and say, hey man, take this off my plate for right now. I've got to deal with this football team. I don't know that he'll do that, but Mike, that wouldn't bother me a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to go there yet because I don't want to be flip-flopping with Bo. Bo's had one coordinator, and he did pretty well last year. I get it. It hasn't been great this year, but we're only 3 games in, so I'm not ready to make that type of move just yet. I mean, you got a valid point, though. It's hard to argue 2-8 in one-score games. If Sean wasn't worried and concerned so much with the offense, would that help those situations? It can't hurt being 2-8. But I look at this game and I say, all right, well, how would it have helped down the stretch? He wasn't, out there playing defense or calling the defensive side of things. He dialed up 3 plays that, could have been 3 touchdowns that weren't executed. And so I look at yesterday's game and I say, I don't know how much it would have helped in that situation. And I'm not ready to flip-flop, and I don't want to just do it for one game and then he takes it back. Like, if you make the move and stick with it, and I'm not ready to go there yet.
Would you guys say that this is a well-coached team?
Right now, no.
Stoke?
No. I mean, you can't. If you're having penalties and you're.
I said Stoke? No. I said Stoke? Is this a well-coached team?
It's a well-coached team. 1 and 2, no.
Okay, then.
It needs it. I mean, you look at certain situations and not executing and not doing what you need to do, and you look at the leverage penalty. And I'm not saying that the coaching was an issue in yesterday's game. I think you look at players lining up offsides. That's not coaching. I mean, I'm not putting that on coaching. Hafunga body slamming a guy. I mean, he's been coached not to do that. Guys blowing coverages. I mean, do they know what is called? I mean, is there too much on their plate? So yeah, I think you can point to some things in the Colts game maybe. But yesterday, I'm not putting that on the coaching. I mean, that's on the guys out there executing, and they failed.
But when you say that, both of you say really without any hesitation, this is not a well-coached team right now. Sean Payton is the head coach. He's not just simply, the head coach, but he's primarily the play caller, okay? He's the head coach. And I think right now what this team needs is more of a head coach overseeing everything than they need a head coach who's calling plays. Because, and I'm going to use Sean's own words against him, and to this notion that, hey, there's still 14 games left and there's still a lot of football, don't panic. It was him all offseason that said, we have to get off to a faster start. We have to get off to a faster start. We have to be better in our division. If we want to reach our goals and where we want to get to be, we have to get off to a better start, and we have to be better in our division. Well, guess what? You're 1 and 2, And now you're so far behind in the division that Stoke yourself, you said if they didn't win this on Friday, you said if they don't win this game, I see no way they win the division. You still feel that way?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Then already after 3 games, you feel the division is out of reach. I'd say we've already arrived at the point where desperate times call for desperate measures, and we should be open to the idea of doing things differently.
I'm open to it. I think, Sean's been a pretty good head coach. He's done a pretty good job, right? He's done a pretty good job here. He's done a really good job here. So he's always called the plays, predominantly has called the plays, and he's handled it just fine. So, like I said, I'm not ready to make that move just yet, but certainly it's on the table. You can discuss it. But as of right now, I'm not ready to go that route.
I'm ready to do whatever you have to do to put a complete game together and have some success. And like he's always been able to manage being the head coach, being the play caller, doing all those things. He's done that in the past. But this to me is this is desperate measures. Like you got a tougher schedule. You're already way behind the Chargers in the division. Now you've lost 3 straight one-score games to the Chargers. And ultimately you look at the last 2 weeks, all 3 weeks, you go to the Tennessee game, you have not performed. You have not performed as an offense in any one of those games, on a 4-quarter basis. So at some point you got to do something to shake it up. And maybe that is play calling. Maybe that is simplifying. I don't know what the right answer is, but you got to come out and you got to produce as a football team next week.
All right, well, I get both of you open to some dramatic moves. Let me throw another one at you. Why not sit Bo for a game, let Jarrett Stidham get... No, hold on. Sometimes, and I'm going to use a hockey analogy here for you, hockey comparison. Sometimes when a player's struggling in hockey, a team, a coach will give that player off, tell him to go sit upstairs, up there in the press box, and watch the game. With the idea that, once you watch the game from high up, you see things differently than when you're down there on the ice and everything's flying 80 miles around you. Go upstairs, watch the game, and maybe things get a little clearer, a little bit more simplified. Hey, if you guys all agree that Bo's kind of swimming right now and his mechanics and his footwork are up and down, that he looks like things are a little bit too overloaded for him, why not put Stiddy in there for a game, let Bo just watch the game from upstairs, and maybe...
I got it.
Maybe...
First of all, this ain't hockey, brother.
Maybe relax
Mark,
him a little
This
bit.
is not hockey, so don't compare football to hockey, okay? I'll let Mark handle the rest of this. But you've said some terrible, dumb things.
Really?
Mike, yeah, yes. Since we've been doing the show for a year now. Happy anniversary at some point here in September.
Yeah.
But this takes a cake.
Really?
Absolutely. Oh my! Are you serious? Yeah, this takes a cake. Even mentioning that
really
is ludicrous and craziness.
Really?
So
really,
yeah.
You've said all day today, hey, this is a lagniappe year for me. This is a gravy year for me. I understand that Bo's a developmental quarterback still, right? You said that?
Yes.
Then what's wrong as part of his development? Why does he have to go out and play every week?
You don't bench him.
Why can't you sit him for a game just to let him maybe take a mental break and be able to look at the game a little differently than while he's trying to play?
It's not the way it works in football.
Why not?
Because you don't bench the guy. You fight through it. You handle adversity. He's done it. You act like we've seen the worst quarterback performance in the history of the world through 3 games. Does he need to get better? Does he need to get better?
Yes. He cost them the game yesterday.
But he also, I get that. He had 3 throws that he didn't make. But sitting him out next week and then giving him 1 week off, now he's going to make those throws? No. That's crazy.
Come on, Mark.
That's crazy.
Come on.
Yeah.
If he's a developmental quarterback, what's so wrong about that?
Well, if you sat him upstairs, if the Broncos played 82 games this year, then maybe I could say, hey, you know what? Maybe that's a good idea. You play 17 of these things, man, and he needs to work through it, and he needs to continue on. The thing about the overthrows, the thing about the inaccurate throws, here's the deal. He's not throwing them to the wrong people. He's not throwing them to guys who aren't open. He is just off target right now, off target. And that, to me, is more about mechanics and everything else that come with playing the game. and he's got to play the game. And so you as a coaching staff, again, have got to figure out a way to get him settled in and to get him playing with less frenetic pace. And some of that is, hey, we got to run the ball better. We got to simplify our run game. We got to get more yards per carry, so we're in 2nd down and 6 or 2nd down and 5. We've got to do these things to take some of the pressure off our young quarterback. So no, you don't sit your quarterback down because offensively you guys have not produced. I couldn't disagree with that premise more.
All right. We will finish up the show, get a bunch of reaction. You guys have been so good today out on the RamoSlaw.com text line with your hot takes on reacting to the game, so we'll get in as many of those as we can coming up next.
Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Denver Sports 1043 to stay up to date on all your local teams. Denver Sports 1043. The Fan.
Hey, do you live with back pain, neck pain, worried about needing surgery? How about taking all those habit-forming medications? Well, my guys at Spine One specialize in treatments that offer alternatives to major surgery and long-term medication. Here's the best news. Same-day appointments. That's right. They'll see you today. They're a phone call away. 303-367-2225. 303-367-BACK. Spine One, complete medical center for spine care. Exams, MRIs, physical therapy, treatment options, all in one facility. And their board-certified physicians can give you treatment options for both nagging and debilitating pain, guys. I'm telling you what. Changed my life. A couple of short visits to my guys at Spine One. I was doing things I hadn't done in decades, right? You're checked out of life. You're in so much pain. You're just like, I can't do that. I can't play golf. I can't go to the gym. I can't sleep through the night. All those things are a thing of the past. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm playing golf. I'm going to the gym, and I owe it all to my buddies over there at Spine One. Check them out for yourself. Start your journey toward pain-free today with a same-day appointment by giving them a call. 303-367-2225, 303-367-BACK, or find them online at spineone.com.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $1 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-783-8055. That's 800-783-8055. 800-783-8055.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
At Tallgrass, we're proud to support the Rockies, the mountains, and the team. Learn more about affordable energy for all at tallgrass.com. And go Rockies.
Attention Denver fans, Twin Peaks is your game day headquarters all season long, and they're giving away exclusive Denver jerseys just for showing up. Catch every Denver game at Twin Peaks, and you could score big. Just ask your Twin Peaks girl for all the details. Twin Peaks, eats, drinks, scenic views.
Heads up, pros. Now's your chance to unlock deeper savings. The Home Depot's new Pro Extra Preferred pricing can help you save thousands on the products your business uses the most. But the current benefit ends November 15th. Don't miss out. Registration for the new program is free and easy. Just bring your tax ID or business or contractor's license to the Pro Desk. Register now to lock in the best wholesale prices before it's too late.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of my friends at American Financing. The Fed has finally dropped interest rates, and that's great news for American homeowners. Wages are flat, prices keep climbing, and for many, the only way to make ends meet is to lean on credit cards. And if you're a homeowner, I want you to call my friends at American Financing, because right now, interest rates have dropped. Many homeowners are seeing options in the low 5s. Compare that to credit cards charging rates in the 20s or higher. American Financing can help you pay off that expensive debt, free up your cash flow, and keep your budget under control. Their salary-based mortgage consultants are saving customers an average of $800 a month. Whoa. And if you get started today, you may be able to delay your next mortgage payment. So call American Financing at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5s start at 6.327% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
Joel Klatt, the nation's leading voice in college football, joins Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth every Wednesday morning. Presented by Groove Toyota. Here we go! Tune in at 8:10 for exclusive insight, bold analysis, and maybe just a hint of shenanigans. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Reaction Monday, powered by Silter-Har Motors. Self-defense lessons.
I tased him.
Taste him. Taser always works.
That's right.
Southern charm.
Look at the boys.
With some classic impressions.
He put his pitchfork down, and he grabbed his sledgehammer, and he said, "Hey, you want some of this?"
It's Stokley and Evans with Mark Schlereth on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So, you two, all right, you think that my suggestion, the idea about letting Bo sit for a game, put Stiddy in there, let Bo sit for a game just so he can kind of get more of maybe a mental health break and maybe be able to look at the game differently, sit upstairs, watch the game, maybe, calm things down a little bit for him. You think that's ridiculous? Fine. Okay, but can we at least all agree that when it comes to the way we view Bo right now, that whereas for a lot of us, we went into the season thinking, yep, Bo's the guy, and it's just a matter of how much more he improves this year, can we agree, Stoke, that we have to table that talk and that Bo is simply... We don't know if he's going to be the guy. We hope he's going to be the guy, but we don't know he's going to be the guy. And right now, as we sit here, right now, Bo is back into being, he's a young quarterback who's trying to develop.
Now, I was optimistic about him being the guy, but I wasn't going to crown him after 1 year. You just can't do that in the NFL. I think we were all excited about it. Some people maybe blew it out of proportion a little bit of what he could be and what they thought he could be, because we haven't had a quarterback around here in a long time, especially a young one that we drafted that played that well his rookie year. So I get it. At the same time, you got to prove it over and over in the NFL, and it's not an easy thing to do. So until you do it and run it back and do it again and then do it again, I'm not going to crown you. We see it. You're seeing C.J. Stroud struggle now. You're seeing, some of these quarterbacks that all of a sudden didn't look good early. It takes time. Now all of a sudden Baker Mayfield, they're playing Daniel Jones. So sometimes it just takes time. It's 3 games in here. Let's wait for the whole book to be written before we judge, Bo Nix on year 2 and say he had a sophomore slump.
Yeah, I just want Bo Nix to have that success, here. And I don't want it to be Sam Darnold on his 3rd or 4th team. I don't want it to be Baker Mayfield on his 4th team. I don't want to be Daniel Jones on his 2nd team. I want that here for him. And so what do you have to do as a coaching staff to develop this quarterback and develop this offense so that you can have some success? And, I'm sure that's what they're doing right now. They're looking at themselves very critically and saying, okay, have we overassessed our talent? Have we put guys in the best position possibly to win? Have we assessed what our guys can and can't do? Have we put them in positions to mitigate the mistakes, or have we put them in a position to accentuate mistakes, to make more mistakes? So I think as a coaching staff, you have to look at yourself, really evaluate yourself and where you put your players. And then the players have to do the same thing. They've got to go out and start executing. So, it's going to take everybody. But, I believe that Bo's a good quarterback. I believe that, like I said, he made the throws. He's throwing it to the right people. He's just been inaccurate on some of these throws that have to be cleaned up.
Yeah, because accuracy plays no role in being a good quarterback.
Glad that he's making the right reads, though,
great,
Mark.
He's throwing to the right guy. But, hey, quarterbacks, if you hit some, you miss some, hey, no big
Don't worry
deal.
about that touchdown that you overthrew 3 times.
Yeah,
Mark giving you a pass. You threw it to the right guy.
That's the deal. You threw it to the right guy, and it was off the fingertips on several different times. So you got to clean that stuff up. And that to me is more about the frenetic pace with which you're playing. And some of that is because you can't run the ball and you're under duress a bunch.
All right, so Mark,
because they know you can't run the ball.
So you just said, hey, let's just make things more comfortable for Bo. All right, you're in charge of the Broncos offense this week. What are you doing?
Well, it's like I said when I first came on the show, man. I'm going to find one thing that we can do. You can dress it up differently. You can dress up, if we're running a wide zone, you can dress it up out of different formations or different personnel groupings, but we are going to hang our hat here, and we are going to find a way to consistently run the ball. We're going to wear you out doing that, and then what do we build off of that? What play action, boot keep stuff do we build off of that? But we're going to find the 1 or 2 things that we do exceptionally well, or that we can do exceptionally well, and we're going to live in that realm. And then I'll start adding to the offense. Then I'll start adding to the menu. But until I find, something I can do exceptionally well, and I can do it over and over and over again, then, you're not going to have success until you can find that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe simplify, some of the passing game a little bit where it's not so much where you're dropping back and you're having to go through reads and progressions. It's just 1, 2, 3, boom, 3-step drop, quick game. Get the ball out of your hands. Maybe some tempo offensively. That's when you have a little bit less thinking. Try to wear out a defense. Obviously, it's easier said than done because if you're not getting first downs, then your 3 and outs are quicker now than what they were before. But maybe just a little bit more quick game stuff, 3-step drop stuff, and maybe add some tempo to it, no huddle stuff.
Please, from your lips. Why? Well, I've always thought that the best way to get a young quarterback into a good rhythm is go a little up tempo. Now you're not thinking as much. I don't know. I
keep the same personnel grouping out there. Let's just go.
how many times did we see Bo? He comes up to the line of scrimmage. There's like 12 seconds left on the play clock. He looks up. He's looking up, and all of a sudden he starts gesturing. Then he starts doing kill. And, now he's like, hurry. And it's like, get the snap off with 2-1. He gets the snap, and now you got to go execute a play? Jeez, it just seems like there's too much happening out there. And didn't they burn a timeout early in the game again because personnel packages were coming in and out?
What's interesting about that? Both quarterbacks I talked to this weekend, Geno Smith and Mariota, said about those offenses. Chip Kelly, offense, really short play calls. He gets me out of the huddle with about 18 seconds left as opposed to 12 seconds, which is an eternity. And Mariota said, hey, man, I love the up-tempo no huddle because I know what I'm doing at about 18 seconds, which is an eternity. And I've got plenty of time to survey, and I'm not rushing to get the ball, not rushing to make a play. So to your point, that the tempo stuff, getting the ball, getting to the line of scrimmage, and being able to see what the defense is doing with more time helps a quarterback kind of be settled, if you will. So to both of your points, that's exactly what both those guys told me this weekend.
Hope you didn't get worn out today with your hour of work. We appreciate your commitment, though. Thanks, Mark. Time to break. We know you're trying to get all your comments in.
All right. Well, we're only scratching the surface with breaking this all down. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 6 to really get in after it again. But right now, we continue the conversation. Get ready to hear about Oronde Gadsden in the first segment from Cecil Lammy. That's coming up. Dover and Cecil next.
The Broncos blew a late lead and got walked off by the Chargers in L.A. With a growing list of penalties and missed opportunities, will Sean Payton find a way to clean things up on offense? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, Stoke here from my friends at Trades and Wealth. Let me ask you, do you have an old 401k from a previous job just sitting there? If so, you're not alone. A lot of guys leave those accounts untouched, not realizing they could be paying higher fees,